Welcome to episode 1 of Two Weebs in a Pod. I am your host, Liora Valkyria.
And I'm your co-host, Meeta Osita. And we are Two
Weebs
Weebs in a Pod.
All right, so if you guys are not familiar with what this is, by the way, a quick introduction. Two Weebs in a Pod is going to be an anime-focused podcast where we talk about anime-related things and anime all the time. If you're not familiar with who we are both VTubers from the company V and U. I am from the first generation Symphoria, and Meeta is from
Gen 3 Oracle.
So if you're not familiar with our individual channels, you can definitely check them out separately as well. And yeah, so we will be focusing mostly, I guess we'll mention it when we do talk about it. It's gonna be anime as a whole, but we will occasionally be talking about manga versions of stuff as well, and we'll do our best to try to specify which is what. But if we don't specify, you can just assume that we're talking about the anime aspect of stuff. So today, because it is our first episode, we have prepared a very fun list of questions, kind of like the game 20 questions, if you guys are familiar with it, but with only 10 questions.
Right, there's 10. or was it 11? Was it 10?
It was 11, but I made it 10 questions and then one bonus question because it sounds weird to say 11 questions. You know what I mean?
I know, it's an odd number.
It's a weird number.
Okay, I'll let it slide. Okay.
So it's the 10 questions, and I thought it was like a really good way to introduce kind of our tastes in anime, what we like, what animes have affected us, etc. So we'll get right to it, and you guys can also think about like your answers for these questions as well as you listen along too, because I think these are like really good icebreaker questions actually. We thought of these. Yeah, we thought of these together. So let's go to the very first one here. Yeah, so our first one is, what is your favorite and least favorite anime genre? Meeta, you want to go first with this one?
Sure, I'll go ahead and take it. So my most favorite anime genre. So I thought to put down shonen because I love a lot of shonen anime in general. But if I really want to like break it down, I really love adventure. Like adventure. So it could be isekai, it could be like, for example, Senyu. It's an anime that I love. It's like very adventurous, very funny, and I just like love seeing people go on like this character growth, like adventure of everything involved in adventures. I love it. And of course the fighting. If this fighting is even better.
So like fantasy adventure. And would you say you lean more towards shonen in terms of that sort of genre?
Oh, for sure. I'm more of a shonen girl for sure. Yeah, so if it has like battles and like power of friendship and I love it. I cling on to that so hard. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
But oh gosh, for anime genres that I'm not a big fan of, okay, this is really hard because I love a lot of different kinds of genres, but this one, slice of life in some anime just doesn't cut it for me.
I can see that.
Like Lucky Star was amazing. Like a slice of life comedy, like very moe, like very cute. But there's like some anime that's just like felt like bland, kind of like.
Is there any examples that you can think of? I think like for me, for example, slice of life, I wasn't a huge fan of. Like I wouldn't consider Lucky Star slice of life personally. I find that as more like just comedy. So like if it's like slice of life, I mean, I guess it is slice of life, but like slice of life comedy is usually okay for me. So like Daily Life of High School Boys is like it's like a huge favorite for me.
So goofy.
Yeah,
so
but
goofy.
It feels more comedy than slice of life. You know what I mean? It feels like they're trying to do that sort of 4-coma slapstick sort of thing.
Right, but by itself, it's hard to consume for me. Like,
have you seen Yuru Camp, for example?
I tried.
Okay, so that's like one of the ones that you just can't like vibe with.
Right, but I was anime like 3 times, like tries, but I haven't tried it for a second time yet. So I need to, try again, but it wasn't my vibe at first.
When you say you give it 3 tries, you watch the first episode 3 times, or do you watch up to 3 episodes?
Up to like 4 to 5 episodes, I give it like that's about a try for me. And like with JoJo, I tried it when I was like a lot younger, and like I was like about it. But after giving it a second try, it's like one of my top anime, or my favorite anime actually. So I always always do that with every anime. Just give it 3 tries. Yeah.
Like you revisit it after a while, or like what would you constitute?
So like I would just like watch the anime in January. Give it like maybe a month or so to let it like simmer out like my hatred for it, and then go ahead and revisit it in like February or late February. For February? Is that how you say it? Yeah.
I see. I see.
And give it a try. I'm like, oh wait, because sometimes it does take a year or so for your mind to like. When you're older, you get to like really appreciate the anime that you didn't like before.
Oh, for sure.
So sometimes it takes more than a month. But when you're older, you're like, wow, this was a masterpiece. Or when you're older, you're like, wow, this was trash. I watched Blue Spring Ride.
Yeah. Like your taste definitely changed. I mean, like, I would say something like Eurocamp. I loved watching this past year. I really, really loved it. But I don't think I would have loved it even like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like probably back then, like I'd probably be like, oh, it's so boring and whatnot. But I think now that I'm like a bit older, like it felt like I meshed with it a lot more.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, then what would your favorite genre be then?
My favorite genre. Okay, so easy answer is idol anime.
Oh yeah.
I just really like idol anime. I mean, it's kind of funny because I think idol anime has a lot of weird overlap with shonen anime because obviously it has a lot of those friendship, it has a lot of the growth aspects to it, it has a lot of like as a group we're trying to achieve a common goal and grow together. So idol anime usually obviously hits all of those boxes for me. I'm also a huge fan of magical girl anime, so it has a lot of overlap. And when I say idol anime, by the way, there's obviously a really big spectrum of idol anime. Some people are like saying like, oh, Oshinoko or like, whatnot. But I think for me, it's like, it could be Oshinoko, but it also could be like Idolmaster, the anime. It also could be Love Live. It could be Wake Up Girls. Like it could be something really serious, but it could also be something just really goofy and fun, or even for kids. Like it could even be Aikatsu, which I love to death. I love Aikatsu so much. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see.
Have you seen Aikatsu at all?
I haven't, but I know of it.
Yeah. It's definitely not for everyone. It's like it's another kids show. Like I love kids shows. Like I love Precure, I love Aikatsu, I love Kamen Rider. Like media for children tends to be really up my alley for whatever reason. I think I just like enjoy that sort of simplistic, like I don't think too hard about it, like everyone is friends, there's no conflict, and like that sort of vibe. I would say Aikatsu is actually one of my favorite like anime franchises, period. So
wow.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. But I think that's kind of an easy answer, and it's so broad, right? Like I'm just like, if there's idols, I'm into it. But if I have to pick a little bit more of like an actual genre, because I don't know if I would consider that a genre, I would say mine's pretty similar to yours, but mine is more feel good fantasy.
Oh,
so
give examples, please. Ooh.
Yeah, so something I would consider a feel good fantasy would be like Hamefura, like the the flat what is it, avoiding my death. I was reborn as a villainess and now avoiding my death flag.
Okay.
Or even reborn as a slime. I know these are both isekais, but like these are both very low risk, low conflict, feel good fantasies. Like you're just having a good time the entire way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you did a good example with that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Because I watching you think, oh my gosh, like Rimuru is going through so much, he's gonna have to do this and that and battle, and it's like it's pretty nicely paced and not too overbearing with the intense action or drama,
Yeah. I mean, there is like, I would say that the downfall of these series is that it has less character growth, right? Because a lot of these characters are already really strong. Like they're overpowered, right? Yeah, like power fantasy, some people call it. And they do have like that strength. So they don't have growth, but I like to see through their good actions that the people around them grow, if that makes sense.
Right. It's like One Punch Man, same thing. He's very OP, but
Right.
you do see the other characters around him. Exactly.
Right.
Like
Although
they go
I
through.
would not consider One Punch Man as a feel-good fantasy.
Oh no! But
But no.
definitely
I
not.
get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
then what's a genre you don't like?
Oh, I would say now my least favorite genre would have to be one of the two. It'd have to be either shoujo, and I know that's pretty contentious because I do like josei, but I think so. I don't mind romance. It's not the romance that I have an issue with. I think it's the way that shoujo is written, especially in that more old school kind of way. Like when, okay, I know everyone's gonna fucking cancel me, but like when
I'm so ready for it.
when they remade Fruits Basket, I was like, I'm not fucking watching that. Like, I'm not touching that with like a 10-foot pole. You
Wait,
cannot.
that was me. That was me.
Oh, really?
My younger sister is a big fan. Like, that's her favorite anime, but I can't say anything in front of her because she gets triggered, man.
Yeah.
She's like, it was the best of the best.
No, I can't, because Fruits Basket made me livid growing up. Even when I was growing up, I was so angry. So when they rebooted it, I was like, no, I refuse to watch this.
Like, I watched a little bit because of like nostalgia's sake,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not a big fan of like the animation style and the art. It just felt so off too. So like it was like so many things in one that I was like, nah, man, they missed the mark with this one. But the story overall, it could have been so much more. It could have.
I feel like the premise is pretty interesting. Like each character being a zodiac animal, and then you have that whole thing with like the cat. How like in the Chinese mythology, the cat like couldn't be a zodiac animal because this or that or whatever. But I just really despise like dumb love triangles, and I felt like that was just Fruits Basket in a nutshell.
Right, love triangles really hurt me too. I'm not a big fan of them. I kind of like to know like who is like the love interest and follow their story rather than like, oh wait, which one, or how like the main character look like she's like flopping in between two dudes or something. But,
right. I feel like but see, the thing is, I don't want to say that I hate all of them because I feel like something like Hamefura is that, but it's done in a really well way. Right? Like it's so good in Hamefura because it just feels like realistic in a certain way. Like they're drawn to her because she's kind of different and she has like a different way of thinking, but no one's acting like super irrationally or stupidly. There's no weird misunderstanding. Like she's very clear and communicative with all of the parties. Like all of that is good and well done, and that's what makes it interesting and that's what makes it fun. But like anytime there's like a love triangle and the entire premise is like a weird miscommunication between multiple parties, like that shit drives me crazy.
Oh, I hate miscommunication. It's like the worst thing ever because
it feels like such a cop out.
It does. Exactly what I want to say. Exactly.
Like just talk to each other, please.
Kills me.
Yeah, especially when it's like in modern era and like they have smartphones and stuff. Like, come on.
Oh
like,
no, pause. No. It's the worst. Like you have no excuse.
You have no excuse.
Actually, that was my sister, not my girlfriend. Like who I was hanging out with. Like it's a misunderstanding. Just says, well, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
100%. But the other genre that I was gonna mention is horror, and it's not because I don't like horror. It's just because I can't handle it very well, so I just don't watch a lot of it. So anything, especially with too much gore, is pretty hard for me.
Really? Because I was actually gonna say that as well, but in a different sense. I wasn't a big fan of like horror because it wasn't scary enough, or it doesn't feel like horror. I feel like sometimes anime horror these days is more like a surprise factor. Really,
like shock factor.
Right, more shock factor than anything.
Right.
Junji Ito does it really well. It really makes you think.
Okay. You, like... that being said, I do love Junji Ito. So I read a lot of Junji Ito stuff because I feel like that horror is more like psychological horror, and that's a little bit better for me than like I just can't handle things with gore or like jump scares, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. I can't think of an anime on top of my head that was like really too scary. Did you know another with like the umbrella scene?
Oh, I knew of it, but I didn't watch it because I heard that one was. That's the one with the girl with the eye patch, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, Yeah. Oh, so that might be a little bit too intense for you, for sure.
Have you seen another one that I've heard of? Was Erased? I think had a similar vibe, right? To another.
Okay, I say that Erased is more psychological than anything, and you need to try it. I feel like you could handle that. I think you can. Please,
all
I
right,
recommend
all
it.
right. Okay,
It's so
I'll
good.
definitely have to check it out.
It's a 12 episodes or so.
I mean, I heard it was good, so I definitely I was
more
curious,
thriller.
but I was definitely worried about that. I mean, I would say something on that line that I've talked about on stream before is like Higurashi was like something I couldn't do. Like, I think that was the first time that I had encountered anime gore to that extent. That I was like, okay, I think this is like not the thing for me, because I really wanted to like Higurashi because I really love the art and I really love the character designs. So I was like really getting into it in that sense. But like the nail ripping scene, I was like, I can't. And that one and the bat with the nail, like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense anime for somebody who's definitely not a big fan of like gore, horror, and all those horrors.
Would you say you watch horror like outside of anime too?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love being scared. I love being like paranoid. It's like exciting to me. It's exciting to me. Somebody like you faint might make me be like, oh my gosh, this is terrifying. I gotta keep watching. Like, it's like a bad car wreck. You can't look away.
You can't look away.
Like whoa. Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next question then. Now that we've got that one out of the way, we have, which anime character do you relate to the most?
Yo, I mean, you can go ahead and start with this one first.
This one I've also talked about before, so people who watch my streams may have heard me talk about it, but I can't change my answer because there is no other character that I relate to so much than Senna from Haganai.
Oh, okay. Can you explain?
I think especially during that time when I watched it, because I was like in high school when I watched Haganai and Senna. And so if you're not familiar, Haganai is also what is the, I don't know what the English title is, but it's like Boku ga tomodachi ga tsukanai or something like that. It's like I can't make friends or something. I don't have friends, something like that. This was back in the day. Oh man, I feel old, but like back in the day where anime didn't have English titles. Okay, we didn't have official English titles back then.
Yeah, we had those, the translator subtitles on the top. Like, this means.
You had to watch Bakemonogatari and pause every 2 seconds to read like the 50 paragraph translator's notes. Okay, back then, that's what it was. All right.
Those sites. Those certain sites.
But anyway, Senna and Haganai basically. So the premise of the anime, if you're not familiar with this anime, is a club of people who don't have friends, and they kind of start doing things together that friends would normally do, but they're not actually friends, right? And at the end of the anime, they're actually friends, right? So that's kind of the general premise of this series, and it's a harem anime because everything back then was a harem anime. And and Senna's whole thing was that she basically is in school and people think that she has it all together and stuff, but she actually doesn't have any friends and she feels kind of outcasted, and she's really nerdy and likes a bunch of nerdy stuff, but people think that she's like super proper and they don't know that. So I definitely related to that a lot. I didn't have a lot of nerd friends. Haganai, I always wanted to play Monster Hunter, but I didn't have anyone to play with. So when I watched Haganai and I watched them play Monster Hunter, I actually went and bought Monster Hunter, and this was on the PSP, and I played by myself.
Oh my god, we need to play Monster Hunter together.
We do.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So that was like a really big one for me, and I think it was like the first time that I felt kind of like seen in an anime. I was like, oh, this really feels like me, and I kind of wish that I had the people around her that like she did. I didn't like Yozora actually because I felt like Yozora bullied Senna. And I didn't like that. I felt like she deserved better, and she just wanted because I feel like out of everyone, she genuinely just wanted to be friends with everyone. But Yeah, but like Yozora felt like she was just bullying her, and I didn't care that for that much. We actually mentioned this before too, but like I'm Senna and Mita's like Kobato.
Right? we talked about it. You're right.
We're Senna and Kobato, so you know, fan artists, you know what to do. But there's that, and then the other one that I'm sure like every girl who watches anime watches this and relates to her, but so that's why I don't put her as my main one, is Umaru-chan.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Wait, I feel that one quite a bit. I
had multiple people who like saw Umaru-chan meme. They didn't even watch the anime. They saw memes and then they would send it to me and they're like, "Is this you?"
Wow.
I'm like,
that's
oh
so
man.
funny.
Oh
Wait.
man.
Literally well put together IRL.
Yep. As the
When you
doors
come home,
close.
right?
Yep.
Behind closed curtains, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Potato chips.
Yep. Exactly.
Right. I actually had an Umaru-chan, the blanket, the hoodie that she has, the
Oh,
hamster one.
cute.
I have it. Yeah. And Echo sends a lot of Umaru-chan gifts, so I feel like maybe Echo also relates. Maybe.
I would say that most girls that watch anime probably to at least a very certain degree relate to Umaru-chan. Like there's just no way that you can't, right?
Right. Honestly. Because I mean, in Witch Academy in school, I was like pretty open about liking anime, but not to the degree when I come home, you know.
Right,
Exactly.
of course.
So you're right, to a degree, every girl.
Yeah. Definitely. Which anime character do you relate to the most, Meeta?
Oh, so I thought really long and hard about this, but Leonardo Watch from Blood Blockade Battlefront. I forgot the Japanese title. Oh, have you watched that?
I have. Is he the main? I don't remember the character's name. So is he the main character?
He is.
Oh, Goggle Boy.
Oh, I love him to death.
Oh my god, are your cats the monkey?
Sonic, you're right. Wait. Oh, I love that. That's your first thought. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. Wait, what was his name? Sonic, if I recall.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sonic, yeah.
Oh my god, I love him. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, but yes, you're right. Got 2 Sonics.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, if you guys don't know, the anime like takes place in like a New York-esque like fantasy realm where like all types of people are together, like demons and like not demons or perhaps more like otherworldly creatures living amongst humans as one. And Leonardo is just like a guy that's just trying to get by to his day-to-day life, and it's so chaotic, which I totally like feel like my chaotic life growing up, but he just continues on. Like he's so like hardworking and like very like what happens, right? And he's like very cowardly like me. But he's so brave. He's brave at the same time.
Right. I can see that.
Scared to do things, but in the end he'll go through with it. He wants to protect his friends and family, which another big thing. He has a big heart for his family and friends, and I cherish my friends and family like a lot.
His whole thing, this is like slightly spoilers, but it's an old anime, so I don't consider it spoilers anymore. But his whole thing is like that thing with his sister, right?
His sister, right.
Right. I remember something about that. Like she's like in a wheelchair or something.
Yeah, that's her with blonde hair. Yes.
Oh god, it's been so long.
Oh my gosh, I rewatched that anime 3 times.
Really?
I loved it.
You don't just give things 3 tries. You just rewatch them 3 times.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so good, and all the endings and openings, all of them were beautiful.
Okay, wait. We're going a little bit off topic, but you know what anime that was really big that I never watched during that time? I didn't watch Tiger and Bunny.
I need to call the police. Where's the sirens?
I fucking knew it! Because they all have muscles! It's just a bunch of muscular guys!
Let me tell you, I will go on and on, but I can't do it on the podcast, but I will DM you a whole paragraph, 5-page paragraphs of Tiger and Bunny and how their friendship, the muscles, oh my gosh. I love that anime to death.
I heard it was so good.
Oh my god, yeah, my friend introduced it to me because she knew I love muscles, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys do too as well. And she's like, oh, Meeta, you'll love this. I'm like, okay, bet. I binge watch. Oh god, I binge watched it so fast. You need to get into it. It's so good.
I need to check it out. I feel like it's definitely up my alley in terms of it being a sort of Sentai, like tokusatsu-y, but
Right,
also yeah, like having that sort of more adult theme in it, and sort of mecha-y too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I definitely recommend it for sure. Like I wouldn't recommend it to you if I knew that you would be like about it. But
Right.
it's really good. It's
I definitely got to
it's a
get around
treasure.
to that one.
I treasure that anime. Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of anime that you treasure, let's go on to the next topic, because otherwise we'll be here forever. We're like on question, what is this, 3?
Right. I think it's good that we cut it down a lot. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, well, because originally we were literally going for 20 questions, and I was like, there's just no way it's gonna be like a 7-hour long podcast. Like, it's just not gonna happen. What is the first anime you've ever watched? And our answers are gonna probably be very I think we've kind of talked about this before, but it'll be pretty different because we do have a little bit of an age gap, I would say. Yeah, but you've seen a lot of older stuff though, surprisingly. I feel like,
because I feel like I keep saying back then, but back then, you know what I mean? It was just so hard to come by anything anime. It was just so hard.
Right.
And so, like, I would consume as much as I could. Like, even if I was older, even if no one talked about it, I was just consuming left and right.
Right. Wait, so by the way, for the stipulation for this question though is, let's do the first anime you ever watched, period. That, you know, you didn't have to know it was anime, probably whatever you saw on TV first. The second one would be the first anime you watched knowing what anime was.
Great. I was actually gonna point that out, that I had 2 different answers. Perfect. Well, I guess I can start this time.
Yeah.
The first anime that I just like watched, period, not knowing what anime really was Dragon Ball. So it was Dragon Ball and Naruto at the same time, I would say, because my older brother. But I say Dragon Ball more because I think that's when I was like really into, like, you know, as kids, you copy what you see on TV. I was training.
You were training?
I was training. Oh my gosh.
To become Super Saiyan?
Bro, at that point, Super Saiyan wasn't even a thing.
Oh, sure.
At least what I knew about it.
Right, it's like the original.
Right.
Who was your favorite Dragon Ball character growing up? Like, not now, but like when you were like actually a child. Oh
shoot! So Dragon Ball Z hit mid-childhood still, so I would say Trunks. I love
same.
Feature.
I love Trunks. I thought Trunks was so cool.
Oh my gosh, Zooey Mama. At first, I was such a Vegeta girl, but when Future Trunks came to me, Zooey Mama, I said bye, Vegeta.
You went down the family tree.
I had to.
You went down the family tree.
I did. The father wasn't all that.
I liked okay, so when I watched Dragon Ball, I was also really young, so I liked Trunks even when Trunks was like a baby, because I was also a baby, so it was like, oh, we're like the same age, you know, like for me, like Vegeta or like, you know, Goku, like they're like my dads, like they're you know, I felt like Trunks is my age and they are my parents, so I never was like really into them as much as I really liked Trunks when I was younger.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh, Zooey Mama. I agree. I'm glad that you agree though. Oh my gosh.
Trunks
is just a good character, but
he was such a good character.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the anime that I would consider like my anime that got me into anime, like, wow, this is what anime is, was Detective Conan.
Really?
Like, I always consider that my first anime. Like, when people ask, I say Detective Conan. So it all started when I was like in my school library. I was a big bookworm. Like, I was a librarian's pet. And so I was like, you know, I'm running out of books to read. I'm like, oh, what's over here? Graphic novel section. I'm like, okay, what's that? And the first book I just happened to pull out was Detective Conan, or Case Closed, as they had made it to be to localize it. Is that right?
Right.
And so, and I remember opening the book and seeing, you're reading the wrong way. You have to flip this book. And I'm like, what? And so I flipped it, and I'm like, how do I read this? And it was over from there. I was, oh my gosh, it happened so quickly.
Right.
And so the librarian always let me take as many books as I wanted because again, I was a pet.
Yeah.
So I took 8 at a time, I would say. And I like consumed it. Like, I googled like, is this how you should read the panels? Because like the bubbles still confused me.
Right, because you were reading it for the first time.
Right, and I was like, what is this?
Oh, but okay, did you then watch the anime though, or like was that just like the first like manga and whatnot?
That's for definitely a question later, but you know
what?
Yes, I am very caught up. I have never stopped watching it.
Oh my
or
god!
Reading it.
But like you knew that there was like an anime version, like an animated version of the manga. Like, how did you figure that out, or did you were just googling it one day or something?
I googled it. It was what's it called? I don't want to say the name of the website.
Sure.
A very legal website where
absolutely.
I go on frequently. I typed in like case closed, and I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Okay, and then Detective Conan. There we go. I found a couple of case closed episodes in English dub.
Oh, you just had you just assumed that it existed.
Right, it had to be because it was just amazing. That's what my kid thought.
Meta's like, they're idiots if they didn't make this into an animation. What are they thinking? It better exist. I'm gonna have I'm gonna write a very stern mail. Send the snail mail to the publishers of this book, to the writer directly. Like, how dare you?
It's exactly that. And so I found like 90 or so episodes of just English dub, which they stopped right away for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, really?
But I binge watched that. So I'm a weeb. We're weebs.
Yeah, we're weebs.
Pod.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I binged that so quickly, and I was like, I need more. And then that's when I found out about English sub. So like Conan really like made me realize what anime really was, what the whole, what it was all about,
Oh, and that was like the first time you watched something with Japanese audio and subtitles.
I couldn't go back. I could not go back, man. I literally just like consumed it right then and there. I was wow, this is English dub. It was amazing. Well, then how about you then?
Well, the first anime I ever watched on television was probably similar, like anything on 4Kids. So like Dragon Ball, Pokemon, whatnot. I feel like I can't even tell you which is the first one because back then it was we just watched all of them, right? Like Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I think back then Cardcaptor Sakura was also on 4Kids.
I remember One Piece.
Yeah. I don't think I had One Piece, which will age me a little bit. I don't think we had One Piece, but we had Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Sailor Moon, and Cardcaptor Sakura. I watched like the Kirby anime. There was like a Sonic anime. Like there was just like a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that we just had. Yeah, but that was just like growing up. I think a couple other things. Yeah, like I watched Zoids too. I watched Gundam on TV, for example. But I didn't know that these were anime. I just thought they were cartoons on television, right? But the weird thing is, though, I didn't know what manga was because I would go back and forth from Korea. And whenever I went to Korea, I'd buy manga because in Asia, manga's so cheap, right? It's like $2 to $4 a copy. Yeah, so I just bought manga every time I went to Korea. And I would just buy whatever. And I would read stuff like Mermaid Melody, like a lot of magical girl stuff. Mermaid Melody and Wedding Peach.
I have a Wedding Peach poster.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
Wait, that's so surprising because not a lot of people know what Wedding Peach is.
Oh my gosh, but I ripped it to my move to my current place right now. I accidentally ripped it. It was so big. I got it from one of those what's it called? A magazine, but what's it called? A New Type, was it?
Oh yeah. What the fuck? There was Wedding Peach in New Type? That's crazy.
It was an older magazine publication. And I had a bunch of those posters for sure.
Oh my god. No, yeah. So I've never met anyone who knew about Wedding Peach like outside of Korea. It was huge in Korea though. So that's how I knew about it. I actually even had a Wedding Peach like Barbie doll.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
yeah, from Korea when I was really young. So like that was like the kind of stuff. I mean, I grew up with manga and I knew what manga was. I didn't realize that it was like Japanese, for example. I didn't know. I just thought it was comics on paper. I didn't think about the origins of it, that it was translated, like whatever. I had no thoughts. It was just comics that I was reading, right? And I would also go to the library and I'd read a bunch of manga and stuff. But I had no idea what it was. And I think the first time that I knew was in middle school. I had a friend who like introduced it to me as anime, and she kind of reintroduced Cardcaptor Sakura to me. But like I knew this time now that it was anime.
Oh, so different.
Thing,
oh yeah.
This thing called anime. And then I had the like binder cover of like Shaoran's face. You know, we would like print out a collage of all these Google images. Well, we didn't have Google back then, so like Yahoo images of Shaoran's face that I would collage and then make into my binder cover back in middle school.
The same. I literally did. I have my old one right here. I'll
you still have it?
I have a lot of old sketchbooks from when I was a kid.
Oh, from when you were younger. I mean, I have sketchbooks, but I don't have like my binders.
Oh, not binders, but yeah. But I have like the inserts. Like I would like collage it, put it on a printer paper, slide it in the binder.
Oh my god,
but I did like ended up like, gluing them to my sketchbooks.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. So that was like the first time that I was like, first of all, I would say that Shaoran was kind of the first character that I also was very conscious about, like, oh my god, he's like my, like, I didn't say husbando back then, but like, you know, basically, you know what I mean? Like, it was like my first, like, oh my god, it's my anime crush sort of thing, right?
Right.
That was like the first time that I was like, oh, this is my anime crush. Obviously this is before I realized that I also like women. So I didn't realize like, oh yeah, I also liked all these female characters in that way, but I didn't realize that that's what it was.
Oh wow. Crazy. Wait, then who was your awakening in anime? What anime girl was like, whoa, she's so cute. I love she's my crush.
I don't know. So this is a little bit of a weird way to say this. I don't know if I have one that was like an awakening, but I remember like distinctly am I allowed to say that? I think I'm allowed to say this. The first time that I've ever like it wasn't porn, it was just regular manga. I was just reading manga. Yeah. I'm not gonna say like from what or who. The first time that I ever got just turned on by reading manga it wasn't even like ecchi or porn. It was like a female character.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I think that's a little weird.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. I'm an ally. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm so happy.
And I will say it's another Clamp series. That's all I gotta say. But Clamp is good at that. See, Clamp is really good at that. It wasn't cheap, but honestly, it should have been. Honestly, it should have been.
It was Yuko then.
No. It was actually, this is like, it's such a weird one. It's such a weird, okay, everyone's like, they have to know. Okay, fine. It was actually from Magic Knight Rayearth.
Oh, wow.
It was the belly dancer character. I'm so weird to think about it. But Rayearth, okay, not gonna lie, Rayearth is one of my favorite series of all time, period.
I love clams. Oh, period. Oh, wow.
Rayearth and Angelic Lair are really up there in my favorite series, period, of like all time.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I mean, I feel like Clamp is always like in my top faves for sure. Like Holic is definitely one of my favorites.
You know, I've never read Holic because I think when Holic was popular, I was like too young and it was more like adult, you know?
Right.
Which is ironic. You know, it's ironic though, because I actually, during that time, I also really liked Little Pet Shop of Horrors. Have you ever read that?
Oh my gosh, wait! Why haven't you touched Holic?
I don't know. I thought that Holic, maybe because it had the X's in front of it, like I thought I was like really adult, you know?
The three X's there, yeah.
The X's in front of it made me think that it was something else, you know what I mean?
No, I did too actually when I was a kid. I actually thought as well because, you know, I associated like X's to like the alcohol, like Dos Equis.
Oh, like Dos Equis, yeah. I mean, it was a Dos Equis. It literally was a Dos Equis.
Yeah, but the rest X's.
Wait, what? Is it triple X Holic? Oh, you're right.
It's three X's. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's probably why I thought it was porn.
Yeah, I thought it was really, and then Yuko was like very like, her kimono was like, down her shoulder.
Right, she had cleavage.
She was smoking something. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I thought it was porn, which is ironic because my first encounter to like close to something that was porn was through a shoujo manga that I had no idea had sex in it.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if you've read it. It's called Wild Act.
No, I haven't.
It's pretty fucked up because it's like so typical show. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I will say that's one of the shows that I really liked. But in that series, basically the girl is like a thief and she's like stealing stuff. She has this actor that she's in love with and she's like stealing his like paraphernalia and stuff after he passes or something like that. But it turns out that like she's his son. But she also like has sex with his actual son or something. It's very, it's very anime. It does the anime shoujo bullshit thing, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys have read shoujo manga, you know that's just how it is, right?
Right. I'm
Vine
trying so hard.
Wait.
I'm trying so hard not to scream on the podcast. This whole time, I'm doing my best not to scream. But what?
Have you seen Vampire Night?
Don't know. I hate Vampire Night.
I love Vampire Night.
The opening, beautiful. The ending,
the opening
beautiful.
ending are amazing. Akaku.
Oh my god! But the anime itself, I
was all over that when I was a kid. I was all over it. That was my fucking jam. The things that I would let fucking Kaname do to me, I like kid you not.
I gotta call the police. Ain't no way. Oh my god. Okay, Zero was kind of cute. Cute,
I was team Kaname all the fucking way. Are you kidding me?
I see. But
then they revealed that they're like related. I was like, nah, get me out of here. That's when I quit. That's when I quit. But I heard of Vampire Night got like even crazier after that.
Oh yeah. I'll DM you, girl. Oh my god.
No.
There's so much to talk about Vampire Night. Oh my gosh.
That's like where I stopped reading it because after they revealed the Kaname and what's her face were related, I was like, nah, like ain't no way. I'm not reading this shit anymore. Yeah, there's just no way. I can't do this.
Shoujo guy, ta-da!
like I feel like every shoujo protagonist, for Americans, it's like the joke is like, oh, if you're like gonna have sex with somebody at a party, make sure you ID check them first. Shoujo protagonists need to like do birth certificate fucking checks. Like,
oh my gosh,
you need to bring your birth fucking certificate to the party.
Your family
tree. You gotta bring that shit to the party. Because ain't no way I'm going in bed with any of y'all until you show me that.
Not double checking, but triple checking.
Quadruple checking too. Like.
It's true. Oh god. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Shoujo, man.
Shoujo.
God.
Good times. Good times.
It's all good.
Someone mentioned DNA testing. Have you ever seen DNA Angel?
I tried to as a kid. I was confused, I think, more than anything.
It is pretty confusing if you're like not used to the tropes.
Right. It was confusing to me as a kid, but yes, I have heard of it, yes, and tried.
No, I really enjoyed that as well. I really love the trope. I know it's like such a dumb trope, but I'm just a sucker for like a trope of a character that kind of has like two personalities living in them or two different people living in them.
I love that trope. I love it.
Yeah.
You know Sergeant Frog, of course. Momoka.
Yeah,
I love her. She was my
so
favorite character. She was my
much.
favorite character in Sergeant Frog.
Oh my god. I mean, technically Tamama is a little bit like that too, right?
Right.
But Tamama's kind of annoying, so we don't talk about Tamama.
I love Tamama. He's crazy, but like annoying, funny. Yeah.
He is really funny when he gets like his eyes are like bloodshot and like you can see the veins like bulging out of his eyeballs.
And he beams everybody.
Yeah. So good.
I do love
Sergeant Frog is so good. I'm so glad that you like it too because I feel like I really didn't know anyone. That one's another one that I read the manga because I was in Korea. And they had all of it. Yeah, because it's called Keroro Gunso in Korean.
Keroro Gunso, right.
Yeah. But it's like the same in Korean. So I read it all in Korean. And like it was really big in Korea. Like growing up, everyone, like there was like plushies, toys. You could get like bread with stickers of like Sergeant Frog in it and stuff. But I didn't know anybody in the US that even knew what it was.
Oh my gosh. I had like a Keroro hat. You saw it in like Lucky Star sometimes, like an appearance of a Sergeant Frog.
Yeah.
Sergeant Frog and Keruto-kun was just amazing, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the characters, the anime, all the openings and endings, I loved all of them.
Ghetto.
Oh my god, no way, no way!
Heck yeah!
Oh
my god, the
cover.
Afro Gunso, that one's such a good song.
Afro.
Yeah, it's so good.
Right, but yeah, oh my gosh, we need to cover.
Oh my god, we did a cover of Afro Gunso.
We have our Afro on.
So good. No, and you know, actually,
gosh.
another character I really relate to, kind of going back to our old question, was Keroto. Like, the whole concept of him not blowing up planet Earth because he loves Gunpla, like, that was just so... It was so funny, but also really resonated, like, deep within me. You know what I mean?
I mean, Keruto-kun was the reason why I understood like what Gunpla was when I got into it when I was older.
Right, because you built Gunpla too.
Right,
I forgot.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
You even have some of the Keroto pla models.
I have the big one, and I've been waiting to like build it on stream one day.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped.
Oh my
so
god.
hyped.
Yes, thank you.
When was the first? Was that the reason you started building Gunpla?
Yeah, actually, yes. And my friends also knew what Gunpla was, and one of my friends actually, what the heck? Actually owns a shop. So he gave me discounts all the time, and he still does.
That's so sweet.
Right. So I swing by, I'm like, hello. And like, oh, there's our regular. I stock up more than I actually build at this point.
I mean, I think that's like most people who build Gunpla though in general. Yeah,
right,
so that's not too out of the ordinary. The first time that I built Gunpla, actually, weirdly, was I mentioned this before on stream, so it might not be new for some people, but for some other people, maybe it's new. I built my first Gunpla in the 3rd grade.
Wow.
I know. And the first one that I built was it was not Gundam though, it was Zoids, because Zoids was on TV and whatnot when I was in elementary school. And so when I was in the 3rd grade, I had a classmate and like a friend who took me to this there was only one shop in like a nearby Chinatown that sold imported stuff from Japan, and they had like a section for Gundam and Zoids, and I didn't really know Gundam all that well, but I definitely knew Zoids. And the first one I built had like the stickers were so shitty. It was a wind up one too, so you put a little engine in it and then you wind it up and it starts walking on its own.
That's cute.
Yeah, and it was like a really simple, but I thought it was so fucking cool, and that's kind of where it all started.
Right. Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like I kind of picked it up I would say late middle school. I would say about yeah. But I knew about Gunpla beforehand because of Keruto Gunso. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, moving on to our next question, though, we have this one's gonna be a kind of funny one. What's the worst anime you've ever watched?
Okay, you go first. So I don't get fired up.
I'm not that fired up about my answer. I know a lot of people who watch my streams are gonna be like, oh, Leora's gonna say Engage Kiss. Engage Kiss is really not the worst anime I watched. So if you're not familiar, have you seen Engage Kiss, by the way?
A little bit, but not much.
Well, you're not missing out. It's pretty awful. But I would say Engage Kiss, as it goes on, is slightly better. So I don't like hate it that much. I think it's annoying in certain aspects, but I wouldn't say it's the worst anime I've ever seen. But we did watch it together on stream, so people might be like, oh, Leora, this must be Leora's least favorite, and I ranted about it before. The worst anime that I've ever seen, and I refuse to watch more of it, is Kuma 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 Bear.
Oh, I heard of it. I haven't started, but I know what that anime is. So cute looking, but
I know. I was like, oh my god, I love the character design. It's so cute, and I was like really hyped to watch it. And then I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was literally like, what the fuck is this? The first episode, like, it was just one of those series where it's like, I think I read the comments after I watched it, because I watched it on Crunchyroll, and I was reading the Crunchyroll comments. And I think a lot of people were saying that they just did a very poor job in picking a starting point. I guess the series as a whole is good, but the anime, they just did like a really ass job in picking where to start the series.
That happens a lot, yeah.
Like they were telling me, like, or not telling me, but in the comments they were saying stuff like, this is literally the middle of the visual novel. Why would you make that the first episode? But it was pretty awful. Like, it was just a lot of this girl, she has these bear powers, and she's like going to a village to help them, all that sort of normal stuff, right? But there's like no plot. It was just like weird. It was like there was no moral of the story. There's no plot. She just goes, she kills the stuff, helps these people. Everyone's an unnamed villager. It's just like super weird. She's really strong. And then she goes back and she's like, all in a day's work. And that's like, that's like it. I was like, wait, what? Like,
wait, dog's an NPC. Wait, really?
It was so weird. Like, I just didn't understand, like, what's the point of this show? Why is she doing anything that she's doing? Why is she at this random village? It was like one of those typical isekais where she like goes up to like a guild house and she's like, give me the hardest battle you have. And they're like, no one wants to take this one. Everyone's like,
right.
Everyone doesn't want to take this job. Yeah. And then like she takes it and they're like, oh, look at her. She's dressed like an idiot.
Right.
I bet she's going to get wrecked. She shows up. She kills the boss. And that's it. That's like the end of the episode.
With all the loot. Oh, that's it. Oh
that's
my
like, that's the end of the episode. I mean, I think it like kind of like, there's like probably more to it later. I think it showed her, she's like using a VR headset or something. So it's like a sort of online type thing or something. But it just felt like nothing happened in the episode. And I know I said I like feel good fantasy, and I know I said I like the power fantasy stuff, but this was just like that. All of those have plot though.
It was like a nothing burger. Right?
Yeah, like it's fine if the character's OP. I'm not saying that there's a problem with the character being OP. It's more of like there's just like what are they doing in this world? I don't want to just watch someone be OP and do like nothing.
Right, do nothing with it. Have no motivation. Have no plot to go with it.
Right. So that's.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm judging it based off of one episode, so maybe that's not it.
Okay.
But of every first episode of anime I've seen, I've never seen one that I was just so disappointed and was just like, I'm never watching that ever again. Like, wow, that was really awful. Like, there was just nothing in that first episode that was interesting at all besides her character design, which isn't even that interesting, really. It's very simple.
Right, but like you see the designs everywhere. Like, you know it's from Kuma Kuma.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't know. That was a little, but you know, actually, I also, along those lines, I also recently watched that first episode of the vending machine anime. That one fucking sucked too.
I haven't started it yet, but I was wanting to. I was like, what is this? No,
don't do it.
No.
It's a waste of your time. That one also is like an entire episode where I was like, I'm never gonna get those 30 minutes of my life back. Like, wow. I sure spent 30 minutes of my life watching something that I literally could have watched something I actually like. Like, I can't believe I like wasted my breath. You know, honestly, I didn't even feel that way about Engage Kiss. Engage Kiss, I felt like it was so bad that I could like rant about it, you know, so it could be like so bad that it's good, right? Like I could see that. Right. And there's like interesting things in it too. So I get it. But Kuma Bear and the Reborn as a Vending Machine both were incredibly fucking bland and boring with no sort of like any character growth or any in the first episode. I mean, it is one episode, but like in the first episode, you gotta hook me in. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh no, you have to, or you'll lose people like that. Yeah, exactly.
It felt like the vending machine anime was written by some person who's just obsessed with vending machines. And unless you yourself are a fucking vending machine otaku,
then you wouldn't get it.
You're not gonna like appreciate it. Half of the first episode is him just waiting for someone to show up and like talking about the calculations of how much electricity he has before he dies. I was like, this is so fucking boring, dude.
That would make me really upset knowing that they spent like budget time, artists like his time.
Wasting my time, man.
My time and our time too. Wow. Okay, I'm not missing anything there. I'll continue, I guess, to different anime.
Worst anime you've watched? Go.
Oh my gosh. It's when I was a kid.
Okay.
It's an anime from 2003.
Okay.
It's called Air Master. Before you said
Air Master?
Air Master. It's so, oh my god. Calm down. Okay, so basically what happens is like this gymnast, right? She's really good at flipping in the air. She's jumping. She's crazy, whatever. Well, she now turns into like a street fighter, and she's like gets a good reputation for it. Like, oh my gosh, she's like her aerial jumps and everything is wild, amazing, crazy, right? Let me tell you, this girl, the whole anime has terrible plot line. Actually, no plot. It feels like it's like specks of like a motivation there and there to continue the story, but it's like nothing solid, right? Like the characters are annoying. Like there's this one character that screeches like a monkey, like every episode. Every minute, it's not even like the main character, it's like a side character that's like tiny and it like walks around with her, like a normal student, but like small, screeches all the time. That's all she does. Oh my gosh. And what else? I just feel like it was just very inconsistent, like the storyline. It could have been so much. Like this is the anime called I don't know if you heard of it, Kenichi, the world's greatest disciple.
Kenichi? I don't think so.
I love that anime to death. Like it actually is like similar where it has like the fighting like aspect to it.
I've seen this one. Yeah.
I love that anime.
Yes.
Air Master, they just like, you know what? Let's just throw it out there. Hopefully, hope for the best. The art was inconsistent. The art was like sometimes they tried, sometimes they didn't. You know, it's like they didn't even know how to draw their own characters. Like what? I mean, again,
I feel like old anime like art consistency was always pretty shoddy.
Right, like you know, it's 2003. You know, it's okay. I understand to a degree.
Sure.
To a degree, because sometimes I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the main character. You know,
you can't even tell who it is.
I don't know how many episodes I watched, and it was like again, it was like older, but
yeah.
God, I refuse to try again.
Go for it. You refuse to try it. Well, no, I wouldn't. I would say that if like you don't like it that much, you just shouldn't even bother. Like I said, there's not enough time to even watch the stuff that you actually like. You know what I mean? Or that you want to watch and you know that you'll like.
You're right.
It's not enough time in this world, right?
You're right. I don't want to waste my time watching this one girl flip and this one monkey. Like I don't want to hear that all the day. Oh my God, I don't want to hear that all day. I don't. I'm sorry, podcast listeners. You don't want to hear that either. You don't want to hear that either.
Oh my God. No, I think there probably are old anime that I can't think of because they're so old or I've blocked them out of my mind that are just straight up bad. Like that, for sure. That probably are worse than Kuma Bear or the vending machine one. But those are the ones that like stick in my mind right now because they're more recent.
Right, but I know you don't like shoujo. How about Itakis? Have you heard of Itakis?
Itakis? No, I don't think so.
Older shoujo anime, terrible. So if I hate it, then you super hate it.
Yeah, probably. I feel like there's a lot of older shoujo that I watched so much of just because back then we just didn't have a lot of choice.
Right.
Or I would read a lot of just because I didn't have any other options and I just tolerated stuff, you know?
Right.
But I can't like think of anything that was just like actually bad.
Like made you like throw up. Can't believe I wasted my time, laid my eyes on it, heard
and like usually if I don't like it, I drop it pretty fast. Yeah, like usually I can tell like within the first 2 episodes or so if I won't like it, and I'll just drop it.
Okay. Yeah, there's some anime where I forced myself to watch for like a couple episodes, and then I ended up liking it. So.
Oh, really? Is there any series that you can think of off the top of your head that was like that for you?
Oh, I feel like oh shoot, not on top of my head at the moment, but probably like pop up later on.
Yeah. That's fine. All right, then in terms of worst anime, the next question is what anime? I guess it's the opposite. What anime had the best ending? Because then the next question is going to be what anime had the worst ending.
Right. You can go first with this one.
I kind of talked about it earlier, but I would say that Hamefura is like it's a kind of a cop-out answer. But I feel like I like to say Hamefura because it was unexpected. Because I was expecting her to get with somebody, and I like the fact that they kind of ended it as like a harem-ish ending or like a... Like it almost feels like just a straight up harem ending. Like she just gets with everyone basically.
Right, everybody's happy, everybody is content.
Yeah. It feels like Magic Knight Rayearth in a way, but Magic Knight Rayearth's harem ending was bad, and Hamifura's feels good.
Okay, I see that. I see that.
Yeah. But I don't know. Best ending is kind of hard. I feel like that's a hard one.
Yeah, and it was kind of hard for me too, because I'm like, a couple of years of watching anime, like what anime actually really pulled like my heart, tied to my heart.
Right. In terms of the ending, like that's hard. It's hard to have like. I think it's easy to have a bad ending. It's hard to have like.
Right.
And it's okay. It's easy to have a good ending, but it's hard to have a best ending. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. And that's what I was like concerned about, because I'm like, by technicality, even though I wasn't a big fan, Fruits Basket had a good ending, but it wasn't the best,
Wow, I see. I never even finished Fruits Basket, so I don't even know what the ending is.
Oh, really? I just pushed it on through, man.
Oh my god. Your perseverance. For me, I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore. My brain cells.
It's done. No more.
Yeah, no more. Please.
Oh my god.
Save me.
But for me, best ending, it would. I see people talking about Full Metal Panic a lot. That was a really good ending. I loved it to death. I loved it
as well.
Right, but the best one I would say.
I don't even know. I don't remember the ending though.
Really? We watched it together.
Oh yeah, we did a rewatch. It's so fucking long though, isn't it?
There's like spin-offs. There's like different.
Yeah, I really liked Pomofu as well.
Yeah, right.
I was a big fan.
Volumes, right?
Yeah.
But I would say the best ending. A lot of people might disagree. Well, probably disagree.
Sure. That's fine.
Angel Beats.
Angel Beats?
Listen. I have a good explanation.
Okay. I'm listening.
They're in heaven anyway. At that point, right?
Sure.
It's not a spoiler at this point. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah. It's anything that has been at least 5 years old and out, it's not a spoiler. You guys are signing up to be spoiled if you haven't seen these series, by the way.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Angel Beats, again, they're in heaven anyway, right? So either way, it's going to be a sad ending, I guess, right?
Sure.
But it's the way that they collectively, like, made the ending happy in its own way. Everybody kind of got to terms with themselves, because the only way they could leave heaven, or I say heaven with quotations.
Sure.
The only way they could leave it is like finally being like, okay, I am understanding this is the end. I'm happy with like my life. What happened. Coming to terms with yourself. I think that was like a beautiful way of like ending each life again. But at the end, I feel like it was like a beautiful, like they did a little graduation.
Right, right, the little graduation ceremony.
It makes me choke up every time. But like the way they did it, it was like everybody got to say their proper goodbyes. And then after that, the true ending is that some of them got to meet each other in the end.
Right. And their like new lives or whatever it was.
Right, their souls end up meeting again.
Right.
And I thought it was just so beautiful how they did it. Because again, just anything like topic-wise with like heaven, anything, it's like, oh dang, it's sad already. They're dead. It's gone. There's no more. But they handle it so well, I think. Is what I think.
I think I just had a lot of issues with Angel Beats in general. And actually, it's funny because it's funny that you mentioned Angel Beats, because I remember when Angel Beats was airing, I was watching it and people were really obsessed with it. And I wanted to like it more, but I felt like I couldn't, because I just felt like some of the concepts in it were just like I just didn't understand. I love the music for it.
Okay.
The music, really incredible, amazing music. But I think it's been too long since I've seen it that I don't remember. I can't make a valid argument against it. I think there were a lot of the parts of them being dead, or like when people like died after being dead, that I just was like, what the heck is happening? You know what I mean? Like it just felt a little
funny.
Weird and like plot holey. And then like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I remember Kanade had like a fucking gun. Like why does she have a gun? Like what was going on? Were they fighting things? Like what's happening?
Okay, so the gun part, to this day, I kind of don't understand that, right?
Right.
But what I do understand is that they're trying to fight against the people who are trying to make them, so the people who they're fighting against are the people who are like coming to terms already, but they wanted to fight against like the angel. They want to fight against like the other party that wants people to be reincarnated.
Right.
They don't want to be reincarnated. They want to live their life. They want to fight for themselves. You know, whatever.
Right.
It's funny. It's so funny though. It's funny.
I wouldn't say that that's,
you're like
yeah. I think, but again, I can't say anything about it because I feel like I just haven't it's been just too long.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I did rewatch it like a couple of years back, so I guess it's different. It might be different, you know.
Yeah.
But definitely I recommend just trying just uno más, one more time.
Yeah, maybe I should like rewatch it and then I could properly give it a
Be like disgusting me.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, this is why it sucks. Like give you my dissertation.
I said what I said. I stand by what I said before.
Yeah, exactly. All right, then in the opposite. Oh, I guess yeah, what had the worst ending, you think?
I had to. I'm sorry. I really couldn't decide between the
No,
two.
yeah, that's fine.
For me, wait, did we go over what? Yeah, we did. Okay, I want to make sure. But for me, worst ending number one was Banana Fish.
Oh, I never finished Banana Fish.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna spoil much, but I think from my perspective, it's like, you know, as a reader, as a watcher, it's like sad because like you're really connected with like characters and stuff.
Right.
But in general, they did it beautifully. Like that author did an amazing job, I gotta say. But I think as a fan of the work, I just wasn't happy with how it ended. You know.
I see.
Like it was good. Technically, it was amazing.
Sure.
But for as a fan, I was upset.
I see.
But I would say another worst ending was Darling in the Franxx.
Oh, I didn't finish that one either.
Oh,
I only watched like one episode of that because I liked
God.
02 or whatever her name was. I thought she was hot. And then I watched it and I was like, this seems bad. And I didn't watch anymore.
Yeah, she was very popular. I saw like with everybody.
She's hot. She has a good design.
Yeah, very pretty for sure. And also like the Darling, like singing Darling a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That was very cute. That was very cute. But the ending was slightly confusing to me, but also like why? Why did it go in this direction? Like no, more like why? Just why?
Right.
Like there's so many like different options, different ways they could have like done it, but they decided to just end it at like in a really out of the blue way. So I definitely recommend you like watching it, the ending at least. Like you see a little bit, you know, skim through episodes, like see what happens.
I kind of want to actually just power through and watch it. I know everyone says it's really bad, but I was like, but I like the designs a lot. Maybe I'll just actually watch it through. But
I was obsessed with this one character from that anime, if I recall it. What's his name? Zorome or something? It was very cute, very cute. I'm like, I want to protect him.
Aww.
But a couple other characters in that anime where I'm like, oh God, kill them.
Like what is it? Marry, fuck, kill.
Oh no, you're right with anime. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Exactly. So yeah, that was an instant kill for some of them.
Instant kill.
Just like hi and that's it.
Yeah, kill on sight.
For existing, right? Oh my god! But you know what? Honestly, I do recommend it as a whole.
Okay. Maybe I'll check it out.
Like
I've been meaning to. It's on my list.
Right. Wait, what's the studio called again? I'm sorry, my brain is blinking out. Studio.
I don't know who animated it.
Oh fudge! But they did a beautiful job.
Oh, is it like Trigger or something? It looks Trigger-y.
I'm trying to remember. Was it Studio Trigger? That's the problem. It was Studio Trigger.
I'm not sure. The art style has that kind of clean and simple.
Clean but juicy. Like I don't know how.
Yeah,
to
with lots of cool colors. It's very
dynamic.
Feels Trigger-ish.
Right.
People think it's collab with Trigger and A1 Productions.
No wonder. Like it doesn't look Trigger like when you first look at it, but it's just very the art's out. Mwah.
Yeah.
And like the creativity. Mwah.
Yeah, character designs too. So good.
Right. So again, I do recommend trying. But how about you? What was your take on the worst ending ever?
My cop-out answer, the easy one that everyone will agree with me, is Soul Eater. That's like the super easy one. Because
Soul Eater. I didn't think about that.
The thing about Soul Eater though is that like the ending is not that bad. It is bad, but it's not that bad. I think the reason why but I think the thing that feels so bad about Soul Eater is that everything up until the ending was a fucking masterpiece.
Right. Oh my
I think
gosh.
that's the problem.
So amazing.
It's not the worst ending ever. It's the fact that they literally could have had like the best series ever, and then they dropped the ball at the last minute, and now every time you recommend Soul Eater to somebody, you have to tell them, hey, it's really good, but the ending is bad. Just know that the ending is bad, but it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. They literally let everybody down. I can see that's why you like, say it's a bad ending, worst ending. It was a bad ending, I mean. But
it was. But I mean, it could definitely have been worse.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but masterpiece. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, amazing series.
I love Soul Eater.
Yeah.
You know, I imagine like the Soul Eater opening with the VNU girls.
Oh, that was so cute.
For Paper Moon though.
I love Paper Moon. Paper Moon is one of my favorite songs. I karaoke that song all the time.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah,
I can imagine us.
So good.
But whose weapon who would be? I don't know.
I had a Soul Eater OC when I was in high school.
What?
I love Soul Eater so much. I had a Soul Eater original character. It was actually, I think my idea was pretty cute. It was like it was like a little girl, and then her weapon guy was he was a bazooka. So, you know, like little girl with bazooka is always cute, but the bazooka guy, he's like a Yakuza guy. And like when he's not a weapon, he like carries her around on his shoulder.
That's so. Oh my god! No, I created OCs for like every single anime too. It's like
really?
Honestly,
every single one.
Oh, for sure. I made my own. I own my own frog. Everything. For
Wait, really? You have like a frog Sona for Search and Frog.
I have so many OCs. Like I have so many. So I relate. I feel like if I were to create a weapon like OC for me, I'd be the weapon and I'd be a hammer.
Oh, I could see that, like a very large hammer. Yeah.
Similar to like you know Degrayman by chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's this character.
Lenily.
Literally. Oh my gosh, my brain's not braining.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
We both know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Lavi's the one that has the hammer.
Lavi, yeah, it's Lavi.
Yeah.
Right. Lavi has this huge hammer. He's like little hammer, big hammer, grow, and
yeah.
I just thought it was really cool. I was obsessed with him. Yeah.
Of course you were. I was obsessed with Lenily. Oh, my roommate has his Nendoroid actually. She really likes Lavi as well.
Gosh. My content Nendra got lost in the mail.
Oh no!
He's somewhere out there.
Oh no, he's going on a journey.
Yeah, I think that's why I haven't gotten the Nendra yet again because I've been upset about it. I'm like, wait, I don't want to replace him.
Oh no! Yeah, well, maybe he'll find his way to you. Hopefully.
Yeah. Right. I have Alan Walker though. He's by himself right now.
He's by himself. Poor guy. I actually didn't get that far in Degrayman, but my roommate was ranting to me about Degrayman and how it got like fucking weird after a while.
It did.
There was like a weird arc where like someone was in jail or something, and then they like forgot about him or something. And I guess like the Degrayman author is like going back to Degrayman soon. And then my roommate was like, "Don't do it! Don't come back, because then I have to read it and suffer again."
Exactly. I always have to rewatch or reread something when an author comes back because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta remember everything now all over again. I thought you were on hiatus forever, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I will say my controversial answer, my non-cop-out answer, the one that a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, my hot spicy take here, is I fucking hated the ending for Madoka. I hated it. The concept of Madoka becoming God is just fucking stupid, and the fact that she like undid, like basically rewrote history and undid everything that everyone worked so hard for, that made no sense to me. Like, you're literally stripping all of these people like their entire life purpose now.
Right.
Like
right.
you're not helping anyone. Like it's one thing if she like gave the souls who became witches to like gave them rest or something. That's fine. I think that would have been fine. But the fact that she literally rewrote history, like, nah, man. There's just no fucking way.
I kind of agree about that ending being like the worst ever. But like, I feel like she was a little justified, just a little.
I haven't seen the movies though, so I don't know if they like go into more. But you know, I hate it especially more because the author Uchiboshi or Uroboshi, I get them all confused. He also wrote Kamen Rider Gaim, and Gaim had the same fucking ending. No, I'm not even shitting you. He literally, the entire thing of Gaim is them being like, don't become Kamen Rider. It's like magical girl is suffering, and then it becomes Kamen Rider is suffering, and then you know, a magical girl's like Griff seed bad, and in Gaim they literally have the fucking seeds too, except they're like fruits. Like black fruits. Yes.
Ooh, you gotta send me this right away after.
They're literally the same thing. And at the end, Kota becomes God.
Okay, I was gonna ask about that. Does anybody become God though?
Yes, he does. The main character becomes God.
Literally.
When I watched Gaim, I literally was like, I fucking can't. Like, don't fucking do this to me. I was actually shaking. And like the fact that like the character I liked, the worst part is like the two characters I liked in both series were basically the same fucking character. So in Madoka, I really liked Sayaka.
Yeah.
Sayaku. I really liked Sayaka. And then basically in Gaim, the Sayaka character is Michiru. Except in Gaim, it's worse because Michiru backstabs everyone and causes because they can't kill them in Kamen Rider. I mean, well, they do, but they can't really kill the main ones. So like, yeah, Michi, like he like backstabs them and like causes all these fucking problems. Like I was like, no, man, they're doing my boy Michi dirty. Like I hate this author.
Oh my god, I can see your fist trembling right now. I can see it.
I was like, I need to fight this man. Like I need to take this man into a room and we need to fist fight. Like this is just not acceptable.
You know what? That's funny because I always think about that all the time when like a character dies in anime or manga, and I'm like, no, we need to have a one-on-one talk right now. What made you think this was okay? What made you think this was actually good for the story? It added nothing to the plot line.
No, okay, but you know what? The worse than that is when they kill a character and then you mourn them and then you finally accept the fact that they're dead and they fucking bring them back. Don't bring them back!
My gosh!
I mourn them!
Oh my gosh!
Let them die!
What's it gonna oh shoot, let me think.
Fairy Tail I like can't. I like cannot.
I haven't gotten too deep into Fairy Tail, but I tried when I was a kid. But I need to try again. Again.
The worst.
Gray and Juvia, I like a lot.
Yeah. Good stuff. Like and then like speaking of Kamen Rider, there was also another Kamen Rider that I really liked in this one series called Xaid, and then they kill Laser and then they fucking bring him back. I'm like, why? Just leave him dead.
Surprise!
At this point, please. Just leave him alone.
Bro, I'm imagining you showing up to like, the funeral with all black clothing saying, goodbye. I'm finally saying goodbye to you. Moving on with your life. Having children, get married, or grow old. And then out of nowhere, hey, I've been here. I'm
Literally. I can't. I just fucking cannot. I'm like, if you're gonna kill them, have the fucking balls to just kill them.
Right, actually end it there.
Yeah. Don't be a fucking
Don't
pussy.
Be wishy-washy.
Like either kill them or don't.
Right,
no?
End it.
Yeah. I think there are very few times where I think it's appropriate. I think there are times, is what I mean to say, that it's appropriate to fake a death or to make it ambiguous and then to bring them back later. But
right, ambiguous. Oh yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. Like there's no dead body. We don't know. And people are speculating, but we're not sure. Like that's fine. But if you're like actually telling me that this character is dead and everybody like literally hosts a funeral for them and we're saying that they are dead, like that's not okay.
Right. You know, they do that again, spoilers if if it's like recent, but it's not. But for Joseph Joestar, he like fake death twice.
Right. It's like, all right,
Like,
once maybe, but twice, like, please.
Right, it made me sad, but like, of course, like, I sobbed to death. But like, it was so quick. I think they got away with it. You know, it's
Sure.
okay.
I mean,
Right,
I think that it works sometimes, for sure.
Right, but when it's like drags on, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm still alive. That's when it gets annoying.
Yeah, definitely. I think there is a way to do it right, and there's a way to do it wrong, and I feel more often than not, it's not done in a right way, though. So I don't know.
It's true. It's very true.
Speaking of which, because this is related to my answers, the next question is: what is the longest anime you've watched, or the longest manga you've read, I suppose? And I know you kind of alluded to this earlier.
Yeah, Detective Conan, baby.
That's a fucking long one.
Yeah, I have not dropped it. And, you know, what was it published? It was published in, like, 1999 or so, 1998?
Yeah,
so?
like some early 90s, something like that.
Right. And, you know, growing up, I'm like, okay, it should be almost done. And, like, I'm going through, like, my stages of life.
Yeah, you're growing up with Conan, basically.
Exactly. It's still, like, I read the latest chapter, like, yesterday or so.
Oh, my God. But, you know, I think Lofi is also, like, fully committed to Conan as well. So she's the only other person I know. Yeah, she fucking loves Conan.
Oh my gosh, I need to send her merch right now. I got too much. Oh my gosh.
I would say for me though, because I haven't read Conan, so I'm not quite there. I would say an anime, the longest one I've watched was Fairy Tail. Because I actually watched Fairy Tail from like start to like basically I caught up at the time. It was a while ago. But reading wise, probably One Piece.
Okay. I really want to get into the One Piece manga. Again, I got the box set for my birthday.
Oh, right.
So I just hope that, I really do hope that I have time to actually sit down and read like I used to. I used to like go through books like one by one and boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Like, I have no time these days, you know?
It's true.
I'm really excited because I like Brooks and Usopp so far. But again,
yeah. Have you seen the live action at all?
I've seen glimpses of it because I really wanted to like first do manga, then anime, then like action. I don't know. My brain will not let me do that. Like do whatever, you know.
Right.
But,
I mean, it probably is like if you're gonna read the manga anyway, you're probably better off reading the manga first and then watching the show. But if you feel like you don't have that much time and you're kind of like trying to do whatever's most relevant, I think the live action is pretty good at summarizing a lot of the stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I saw the actors for it, and I'm like, whoa, they did a really good job. Like, at first, it threw me off guard.
Right.
I think they did a good job because, again, it was handpicked by the author himself, right?
Yeah, I will say that like my only like gripe with it that I haven't seen anyone complain about online actually, and maybe it's because like they're afraid to sound racist. I think the issue that I have right now with the cast is that I feel like because Luffy's actor is not a native English speaker, some of his line delivery feels bad. And it's not
clips, right.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that he's like a bad actor in general. I think it's just the barrier of trying to act in a language that you're not native in, and he's reading it. Sometimes it just sounds like he's enunciating the wrong parts of the sentence, right? Like if you say a word or you say a sentence, the way that it flows, you enunciate certain parts. And I think he chooses the wrong parts to enunciate sometimes because it's not his native language. So that every time that happens, it takes me out of the series like completely.
Wait, yeah, I saw a clip of him. This is actually exactly a good example of that. He's like, I'm gonna be like the Pirate King or something, or something like that. He said that in a clip, and I saw it, and I was like, ooh, that was not impactful at all. Like he says it like, yeah, I am. I don't know, but
yeah. That is what it is. Yeah, like it definitely is like putting. I don't really know how to explain it besides what I said earlier, but yeah, the emphasis on different words where it doesn't feel right and it doesn't feel natural in general.
Right, natural, exactly.
I feel like everybody else is fucking amazing. And I do think that as I'm watching more of it, because each episode is an hour long, so it's a long
Ah.
It's a long series if you think about it. I am definitely growing like to like him a lot more. I think visually he's perfect. Visually he's absolutely perfect.
For sure.
Yeah.
So cute.
Like I totally get why they brought him on, and I get the energy that he brings is like 100% there. 100%.
Right.
But it's just the acting that takes me out of it. But I will say that I'm warming up to it now. I think I'm on like episode 5 or so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I think now I'm kind of more like, okay, I think it's pretty good. But every single person in that show is like fucking fire. Like, they look so good. They're so perfect in the character. Like, you see them and you know instantly who it is. You know what I mean? Even if they don't have like goofy, like weird,
right, the whole
noticeable like stuff on them, right?
Right, the long nose or like
yeah,
the really
yeah,
stick bodies.
Right, like even without that, you like instantly you're like, oh my god, they look exactly the way that you know you would imagine that they would look like, right? So like Zoro is like perfection. Sanji, when I saw Sanji, I was like, holy shit, he's like just Sanji. And his like legs are so freaking long too. Like he, you know, which is like perfect for Sanji, right? That's like what Sanji is, right?
Right. I think I saw a picture of him. He was like pretty hot. I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. How
I think all the actors are like really hot, like male and female. They really picked a really good looking cast. I mean, which makes sense, right? Because it's like anime. Like everyone looks pretty perfect in anime generally, right? So like even like Kuro, who's like another pirate. He looks exactly like Kuro in a way that like, yeah, like he has that sort of sleazy, but still sort of handsome quality to him. For example, like that feels like really good. And then like, I know some people are talking about Buggy, but like Buggy is a fucking clown. And I was like, oh, he looks exactly like Buggy. He looks great. My roommate, literally the day after she sends me this photo, she's like, did you know Buggy's hot? And she
oh gosh.
She sent me this like photo of Buggy without like the clown makeup, and I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa. I
was like, that's what it looks like.
Immersion break oh my gosh.
Yeah, without his fucking clown nose. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Like, zoom away, mama.
Oh, that was pretty funny though. Yeah. So
oh my gosh.
No, I think they did a really, really awesome job with a lot of the casting, and it just feels really good and it feels fun to watch. So I'm really enjoying it. All right. Next question though. What anime do you think is the most underrated?
I'll let you start this one for sure. Oh,
mama. Really? Mine is like actually underrated, so I feel like no one's even gonna know when I say the name.
I'm ready. Ooh. I'm excited.
Most underrated anime is one of my favorite animes ever. It's Hanayamata. Have you heard of it?
Hanayamata. Can you explain what it's about? Maybe I'll remember that way.
It's about this Japanese dance called Yosakoi, which is like a very traditional dance that people do at like festivals usually. And it's just about like this girl who, I don't remember, does she move to Japan? Something like she's like a foreigner who moves to Japan, and she joins the Yosakoi club, and they like learn to dance together and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cute.
It's really, 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 really cute.
But like, what's this apart from other like anime that would have like dancing or like some sort of trope of like joining a club? Like,
I don't think it necessarily has one. I just think it has like a really good vibe, and it has really good music, and the animation was also really, really, really good. The designs were good. The color in it is amazing. Like, it just is really fun to watch, and I feel like it just never got the sort of hype that all the other series around that time got and whatnot. Like all these other series are blowing up, and I was like, oh, these are so mid, right? And then I'm like, but Hayamata is like so good and no one's watching it, sort of thing. That was my take. I feel like no one remembers what it was and stuff too, but it also has one of the best openings. Yeah, I think it's the opening song. It's so good, and it has a little dance and everything. I love it.
Oh yeah, when there's a dance in the opening or ending, it's always a bop.
Yes, truly. All right, what is your underrated anime take?
I know people know of it. I think. But I feel like it's not talked about enough. You know.
Sure.
I say. I always mispronounce it. That demon name.
I think it's Beelzebub. Is that the one with the baby?
Yes! So again,
Oh my god, I actually read that one.
Really?
I
gosh,
did.
it's so good, girl. Oh my, yes, I'm so happy. It's so good in the anime. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. Because again, if for those of you guys don't know, basically, to sum it up real quick, this guy, major delinquent, Oga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tatsumi Oga, he is in a delinquent school, but everybody knows him as like the rabid, like top dog. He's like you don't want to mess with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one day he's just chilling by the river, la 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 la. Down comes a man in the river. He's like, oh my god, he pulls him out, whatever. Bam! The man splits open. The actual man splits open, and there's a green hair baby. That green hair baby gets attached to his back. Not like, not like his skin is like morphing with him or anything. but like he's like, it grabs onto Oga's back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, what the heck? But turns out that he's actually the demon lord's son. Beelzebub?
Beelzebub?
Yeah, but thankfully, Oga calls him Baby Beel. Like, thank God.
Yeah. Simplify it.
I'm like, thank you. And like, he's basically like, having to like protect and like take care of him with his like demon maid. It's a whole big mess, but it's so funny. I love comedy anime and action, but this anime really like makes you feel like lighthearted. Is that the word? Makes you like feel very like happy, excited. Makes you feel like very joyful. To put it simply, yeah. And so whenever I watched that anime, I was like always like smiling, like no matter what. Even if it was like a filler like feeling episode, I was just happy to be there.
I should definitely pick that up again because I read it a long time ago. There was a point where I read every single Jump manga period, and I was reading it during that time, but it's been a really long time since I've seen it. When did the anime come out? Is it like a newer anime or is it an older anime?
It was a little bit older, just a little bit. I would say like 2011 or so. What was it?
Okay, so it's been quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while.
I think Hana Yamata, the one I mentioned, is also around 2011 or so, 2011, 2012. Yeah, so it's also older.
Right. Maybe that time everybody didn't happen to see our anime.
True. I mean, to be fair, I also agree that I've like never seen anything about Beelzebub like ever. I just happened to read it, but I don't see anyone talk about it or like draw fan art or like anything like that.
Right. Like there's no like fandom. There's no like no one on Twitter to this day like saying, oh, I love this. Yeah, right.
Right.
I love the characters were all funny. I loved it.
Definitely got to reread that one. All right.
Very underrated.
The one that'll actually get us canceled. The question that's gonna get us canceled and we can fight people about.
Let me drink water for this one.
All right, water break. I'll also have some water.
I'm nervous.
All right, this is what anime do you think is the most overrated? So we're going opposite take here. All right.
Would you like to start this one?
You got to start this one.
Oh my gosh.
I started the last one, so.
You did? Oh shucks. Well, I'm gonna say it. Everybody hear me? Yes. I think this anime is very overrated. Chainsaw Man.
Oh no!
I think it's very.
Said it.
I said it.
Wait. Before you go on, have you read the manga?
Yes.
Like, are you caught up on the manga?
I'm caught up. I actually caught up. I feel like it's interesting, but the plot. So like, what's the word? Patchy. I feel like it's not. It's overrated, guys.
Okay, I will say that my perception of all of it is very skewed because I read the manga like before the anime came out. So like for me, I was just like happy to see it animated sort of thing, right?
Right.
And also I think that the current season of the manga, the Asa season, I think is way better than the first season.
I feel like if it actually did pick up.
It's like way more interesting and way more fun. So for that reason, I feel like it's not necessarily overrated. But I do think that if we're talking about just the anime, I agree with you.
Just the anime, exactly.
Just the anime. Yeah. Like if we're not talking about the franchise, I think the franchise is getting the love that it deserves because I think it's good.
Right. It's not a bad anime. It's not bad, but I think it's just a little bit too overhyped. for what people are watching now.
I just like love the current arc right now. Like it's just so good. Right. It has like that really perfect balance of like dystopian
that's
sweetness.
Right.
Like finding like the happy moments in chaos. It feels like it does such a good job of doing that, and it's really relatable in a lot of ways.
Right. Like the equivalent of that single flower in the sidewalk crack. You know?
Yeah. Definitely. No, I can see the season 1 of the anime. Sure.
Yeah.
Overrated. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for the anime itself. Yeah, I think it was more so like the anime, the art, the animation, beautiful. You know, the opening, beautiful.
Oh, and I love that each ending was different. Like that was fucking insane to me.
Right.
And I love that they also took a chance and hired a bunch of creators that are not like pro, like they're more like indie creators. Like Kanaria, for example, is not necessarily a professional musician, right? Like Kanaria doesn't make like singles and have like albums and has a record deal, right? Like Kanaria is just like someone making music on the internet for Vocaloid stuff, right? So like I love that they took people like that, or like Shudo, who also is just like a Vocaloid person, and they like took them and then they gave them like a platform to really shine and to be recognized as like kind of more professional real artists, and I really love them for doing that.
Man, that's definitely a W for sure though.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like maybe seeing all the TikToks and people like going crazy over Makima.
I love Makima.
I hate her. I'm sorry.
Her so much.
I hate her. I'm a hater. I say it right here. I'm a hater.
I don't agree with you, but I understand. I get where you're coming from, but you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Oh my gosh.
But you know what? My answer is gonna make everyone angry anyway. So you know, we'll get right to it. We'll get right to it. I have two actually, because the first one I've said on stream before.
Oh no.
So I'm not gonna talk about it too much. But the first one is Jujutsu Kaisen. I think Jujutsu Kaisen, the movie, is one of the best anime movies I've ever seen in my life. Period. I love the movie so much. But the season 1 of the anime feels so fucking overrated. There's no chemistry between any of the characters. I feel like
sorry, continue. I apologize.
I feel like Junpei was a more important character than any of the 3 main characters.
Don't you dare say that. Stop. Continue though. Continue. I'm curious. I'm so curious.
What was this? I don't even fucking remember their names. I almost said Yuta, but it's not Yuta because Yuta is the main character for the fucking movie. Yuji. Is his name Yuji? I think it's Yuji. Yuji isn't even there for half the first season. He's the main character. He's not even there. He's like in a basement, like jacking off to movies or something for like half the fucking season. And then at the end, the last episodes, we're supposed to believe that he would risk his life for Nobara, who he's known for like 2 whole days and hasn't seen in weeks. Like, no, absolutely not.
That's the kind of person he is.
Absolutely not.
But I do hate the trope when it's like the main character isn't the main character. Like Bungo Stray Dogs, I hate when they did that. Like with
I didn't see Bungo Stray. I've been wanting to watch that one too.
It's good, but like I didn't like how the focus off the main character was like But listen, Jujutsu Kaisen, like Itadori.
No, but yeah, like I tried to read the manga, and I'm not gonna lie, the manga is worse. The manga is worse.
The manga's better.
No, the manga, the art is like, it's mid at best. Like you can't tell what's happening half the time. It's so like just everyone's talking in like abstract nonsense. The art is abstract nonsense. It's just like fucking ink on a page with words on it. Like I just can't.
Yeah. God dang, you did not hold back.
No,
Jeez.
I can't. No, I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those series that I'm like, why do people like it this much?
I think listen, like the character dynamic between all of them is just so like refreshing. It's not like
they don't even know each other.
Listen, okay. This is a podcast. People will be listening with their ears. No screaming, Meeta. No screaming. What I was trying to say is that the characters seem very lifelike, very like something you would see in real life, not like baka. I like you or anything. Baka. You know. It's very
okay.
Natural
I agree that I like the characters as characters. I like them separately as characters a lot. Like I think Megumi is a great character, Nobara is a great character. Yuji is like mid, but like they don't talk to each other. Like you can't like I can't get behind this. So I'm telling you, look, the movie is fucking incredible, and the movie, the second years or third years or whatever they are, they have way more chemistry in 1 hour or 2 hours than any of the third years or second years or whatever they are, the new kids, the freshmen, do in 12 or 24 episodes or whatever, how many episodes it was, you know?
Okay, that's a little justified with the chemistry with them being a little bit better, a little bit.
It's so much better. Yuta only exists for that movie, and his chemistry with them already makes so much more sense. The backstory makes so much more sense. Reason why they like each other, it all makes so much more sense.
I am at peace. This is a podcast. I cannot scream. Well, senpai.
It'll be the first podcast that people have to have like a volume warning for.
Right. I refuse for this podcast to go down in flames because I'm screaming each episode because of Leora's bad takes. But
excuse you. I'm just saying the truth.
I dropped the senpai. You're just Liora now. I'll just tell her before stream.
The disrespect's coming in.
I was just telling her before stream how I can't call her Liora without saying senpai at the end. It feels weird not to, but now it's official.
Now it's gone.
It's just Liora. Hey, dog.
All right, you're gonna be. I'm 100% sure you're gonna be even more upset with my second one, though.
Oh, right. You have a second one. I'm ready.
I have a second one. I think you like this one. I don't know if you do. I don't think I've never heard you talk about it. Actually, I've heard you talk about it once, but it wasn't like in like a positive or negative thing.
Okay.
But I have a feeling you have a strong opinion about this. But I think it's overrated. And again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's overrated, right?
Yeah, don't be shy. Yeah, go ahead.
I genuinely think Mob Psycho is overrated. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
If Mob Psycho has one fan, it's me. I'm the only one. You don't understand. Mob Psycho is my. Oh my god, Mob Psycho is one of my top animes. Oh my god, you don't understand. He did a massive. Oh, sorry. Please explain yourself, senpai.
I'm not saying it's a bad series. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying it's bad. I just think that it's overrated.
Oh, how so?
It's like how you think Chainsaw Man's overrated. I think it's a fine show. I just don't think it's like it's, you know, worth the crazy amount of craziness that everyone like literally gets thrown into madness on Twitter about. I think it's fine. I think it's just One Punch Man. It's literally just a remake of One Punch Man. It's the same exact fucking plot as One Punch Man. Because it's the same guy.
Well, okay. Sure, okay. But anything else that you don't like about it that makes it overrated in your bad opinion?
No, that's it. It feels like One Punch Man all over again, and it just feels just okay.
Okay, my turn. Basically, okay, so listen, Mob, oh my god, he's just a middle school, okay? He's going through life. He's discovering himself. He's learning more about himself. He did for a long time, he has to deal with all of these like psychic dealings, right? He has to deal with like, his power. He didn't know how to control it. And you know, his sensei, his one and only Reigen, my man, by the way, my man. Reigen,
wait, I have a question. Do you what is your opinion on the animators making Reigen hot when the manga makes him like a complete asshole? Like, how do you feel about the animators white knighting Reigen into the series?
My opinion? We winning, boys. We winning. We're winning out here. We're winning. We're winning, baby.
I about Mob Psycho is the absolute thirst that the animators have for Reigen. Like, that is my favorite part of Mob Psycho. I think it's so fucking funny that literally
It's justified.
there's like side by side scenes of like the manga panel and Reigen's being an absolute douchebag to Mob, and then in the anime they make him like a nice person. I was like, what is this? They're literally
every day we win, boys.
They're literally rewriting history with Reigen, like what's happening, and then they make him sexy. Like, what's going on?
It's so justified though. So
are we looking at the same source material?
Listen. The manga, yes, you're right. He is a little bit of a no, bad. But listen, because after going deeper into his character and how he became, how he thinks and how he interacts with Mob, you really get to see like his deeper feelings. Sorry, I need to breathe before I pass out how mad I am. Oh my gosh, but yes, the anime and manga are a gem, a diamond, a beautiful, right?
Sure.
But the anime took it even further. Like the animation, of course,
Oh, the animation was beautiful.
One's art style is known to be, not the best. Okay.
Yeah, it's like goofy, I would say.
It's cool. Right, but that's what makes it really cute and
right. It's like charming in that way. Mm-hmm.
Charming, exactly. And so while they try to keep that while making it for the modern audience,
You mean the sex, the sexy Reigen scene where his like beads of sweat are like all individually animated?
It's justified. Listen, I will fight for Mob Psycho for 2 hours plus if I have to. I had that man as my wallpaper for so long.
Mob or Reigen?
Reigen. I'm gonna pause. Ain't no way you're trying to cancel me out here.
I could be Mob. I don't know. He's a main character.
Oh my god, but I love Mob. He's such a cutie. Oh my gosh,
no, I love Mob. He's a great character for sure.
He's a great character. But again, the side characters have growth too. The comedy, the act. Oh my gosh, it's underrated at this point.
That you're taking a little far. I would say
my throat is dying.
I feel like the season 2 was also really bad. Like season 1 was okay, and then season 2 I was like, I don't know about this.
Take a deep breath.
Okay, I will say though, I also was not like a huge fan of One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and then and more so, I thought the first season of One Punch Man was okay, like it was fine, but then the second season I also didn't like, and I feel like Mob Psycho has a very similar story beat, pacing, and like direction. So maybe it's just not my cup of tea.
Maybe not your cup of tea. Okay.
Have you seen or have you not seen, because the anime sucks, but have you read I Shield 21?
I Shield 21. I'm sorry, I think it's the Owl Show. I'm like, what's Owl Show?
No. I
Shield 21 is my favorite sports anime of all time.
I Shield 21 is fucking amazing. I think maybe that's why though my expectation was perhaps set, because it's the same.
Oh.
Right. It's the same author.
Right. And didn't Murata also do the manga as well, if I recall?
Right.
Right. Again, it's my favorite sports anime and manga of all time. The anime was
fucking ass.
Terrible.
They need to do. Okay, so actually I saw like they were doing this weird I Shield 21 like anniversary. Did you see it? It's like a 21 anniversary weird anime thing, but it's not like an actual anime. It's like a weird like animated manga panels or something.
Yeah.
But they need to do a fucking actual like remake of that.
It deserves so much more.
It does.
Really does.
Like,
I Shield 21 was so good. Oh my
I
gosh.
Shield 21 in modern animation and style would be fucking amazing.
It would be so popular. It
would, especially because now like everyone's been spoon-fed like Haikyuu and stuff.
Oh,
like,
the Haikyuu, man, wow, Haikyuu.
Man.
Oh yeah, exactly. Haikyuu really like grabbed everybody's throats. Like
right. And they're like, you will like sports anime. Like they like hypnotized everyone into sports anime. Exactly. I feel like if I Shield 21 came out now, it would just be fucking incredible.
people will be like, football.
Yeah, get Mappa on that shit.
Oh my god, Mappa
it'd be over.
Oh my god, they would be making so much money. They'd be opening a little cafe, pop-up cafe. Listen, right?
They should hire us as the market. The market.
Yeah, hello.
Anyway, I think maybe it has something to do with that made me just kind of like, you know, when One Punch Man came out, I really loved the first couple episodes, or like when I was reading it, the manga, like the first couple chapters. I love the concept of it. I was really excited. And I think as it went on, I was kind of like, this is not quite like what I was hoping for or expecting. It got a little, I think the issue is that it gets a little repetitive.
Oh yeah, for One Punch Man, I could see that for sure. Again, I'm a more Mob Psycho fan than One Punch Man. Yeah, but I do see what you mean with One Punch Man. Kind of with the manga, it's still a little bit repetitive, but it's good. I think it's good in my I think
I don't think it's bad. I just think like that's the kind of thing that turns me off about it, I would say.
Right.
It also doesn't help that both Mob Psycho and One Punch Man are really long. So it just feels more. It just feels more repetitive, though. You know what I mean? Because of its length, right?
Because it feels dragged out to you.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I know that unfortunately this is the last episode ever because in the Mob Psycho opinion.
The podcast has had a good run. This is the final episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm graduating.
I'm graduating. Goodbye. All right. Well, speaking of Reigen, I think that's a really good segue into our last question. That is not the bonus question. The last regular question.
Yes.
Who is your top anime husbando or waifu or both?
Yes. I want to say both, but I would like you to start this time.
I was like, maybe you should start so you can start with Reigen.
Oh, actually, he's not my top husbando though.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna start with Husbandos because I feel like my husbando list is a little bit more straightforward than my waifu list, actually. But my husbando list, which I don't really talk about that much because my love for husbandos is very different than the way that I love waifus, you know? But I would say that I have a very distinct type. I have two types, but generally, one type would be Todo from Yowamushi Pedal. If you've seen Yowamushi Pedal, have you seen it?
Oh, I always thought you said it Yowamushi.
I fucking love Todo. And the character who's very similar to him, who I also really like, is Kakyoin from JoJo. So I really like the kind of like cocky, not womanizers. They're not womanizers.
What's the word? It's
like I think in Japanese it's like called like chare. Like they're like chare, like kind. I mean, but it usually means like flirty. Like I would say, like they're kind of like flirty.
To a degree, I see what you mean.
Yeah, like they're kind of like, oh, I'm all that, but like secretly they're both like really hard workers and are really good at what they do, and they really care. Yeah, they like really care about the people around them, but act like they don't. Right. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, like that's like the type that I like is like, oh, like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, like I just like sleep around or like whatever it is, but like secretly like it's like, oh no, they really care about the people that are around them, but not tsundere. I think it's very different than a tsundere.
Oh, it's not tsundere. No,
it's not tsundere because tsundere is usually like they're outwardly kind of mean to you.
Aggressive.
These people are not mean. They're really nice to everybody. But it seems like they're almost like aloof, or like they're like aloof. Yeah, like they don't take anything seriously. They're just like dicking around. They're just here for like fun. They're just here to like, you know, like pick up girls or whatever. But then you realize like no, they're like really serious about what they're doing and they really care about the people around them. Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know what? You redeemed yourself with that answer for sure. I'm also a fan of the chare. You said chare?
Yeah, like the chare. Yeah.
I
that
love
type
Kakyoin.
of characters. Yeah, Kakyoin is one of my favorite characters. And then the other husbando trope that I really like is like Kageyama from Haikyuu and Haru from Free. So they're more like the typical kudere, but I think what I like about them is both characters, I'm really a big fan of their character growth from being assholes to Yeah. So like kind of turning around and like being like really caring about their friends. And then also their dedication to like what they do, like that they love, you know, the thing that they do, and they're really passionate, and that they work really, really, really hard more than anybody else. They work really hard. And that's like my favorite kind of like trope, my other favorite husbando trope.
Wait, that's so nice. It's funny. They have the same like hairstyle too.
Yeah, they're basically the same fucking character, honestly. Well, okay, between the two though, I like Kageyama more because I think Kageyama has a bigger growth arc, and he feels like he cares more than Haru does. Haru's a little bit more like aloof than Kageyama is, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kageyama's a little bit more not aggressive, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't consider Haru a husbando, but I like to reference him as a type of character that I like. But Kageyama is much more like closer to like a husbando character for me.
Makes sense.
All right, then let's do your husbandos first before we go into waifus then.
Oh, my answer's gonna sound so shallow.
Well, that's fine. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, we're talking about fucking husbandos and waifus, so, you know.
I know, but like you went all into like the character, hardworking. Bro, I had two types, red hair or muscles. Yeah, exactly. It's red hair does it for me, and if they have muscles, like I'm sold. But if it's just like one thing, like muscles, amazing. Red hair, amazing. Both, you're mine. You know, amazing. I'm doing fan art of you. I'm looking up more stuff about you. Yeah, okay. For a good example, my husbando would be Joseph Joestar. I brought him up a couple times already. Gosh,
right.
My mouth cannot control itself.
Wait. Speaking of which, I also really like Caesar from JoJo, who's also that exact same type, right? Like that kind of chare, like.
True.
Yeah, like, oh, I don't care about anything, but secretly he really cares. Yeah. Anyway, I forgot about it.
It's not
it's not tsundere. No, not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Liora senpai.
I love Caesar so much. Anyway.
I love Caesar. So if you love Caesar, I love Joseph. We definitely
we
can be
meant to be
Kohai again. Yeah, meant to be. Oh my gosh, but yeah, I love goofy characters in general. So like Joseph was like, oh, he's so funny.
Yeah.
But Zoe, mama, when the third part hit, when he got a little bit older, like white hair, you know. What do you mean what?
I like him in part 3?
That's my favorite. No, I love Joseph. That's my favorite Joseph. When he's old, he's an old man.
When he's old?
Oh, Zoe, mama, he ate that fine wine. Zoe, mama, listen. No, don't do that face with me, girl. Listen to me, girl. Zoe, mama. Sorry.
Like when he's like starting to go senile?
No, that's part 4.
I mean, yeah, but he's like on the border already at part 3.
Part 3? Oh, Zoe, mama. Okay, sorry. I gotta calm down. Give me a second. Let me think about my words. I said you're saying Zoe, mama.
I was like, okay, part 1, Joseph. Okay, makes sense. And then said part 3, Joseph. Like, excuse me.
My dog is an icon. So he's funny.
Okay, are you like into DILFs?
Wait, is that the
it's like a MILF, but like the dad version. Like I'm trying to think of like who's like a good example of a DILF. You know, like older guy characters. Sometimes they have like a kid or something, you know.
Yeah, like the main character from Tiger and Bunny. Yeah, I guess I do like older guys.
I guess you do like DILFs.
I do.
Meeta likes DILFs.
I guess so. Yes. In the most respectful way. Yes. Respectful way. Yes. Yeah. I do.
All right, you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm glad.
Thank you. Wow,
great.
Thank you for wow. Now I know what to look up. Wait, should I look up?
Don't look it up. I mean, because it's a general term that's not only in anime, right? It literally just stands for dads I'd like to F. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're right. Oh wait, that would be. Okay,
yeah. I mean, but you can say you like anime DILFs. That's fine.
Yes, I like the anime DILFs.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Wow, I'm having like a wow. Wow, sorry. It took me a second to like realize what I just said. Okay.
No. It's great. It's great.
I like old guys. I like older guys.
Yeah, she's into older guys. Fine, it's fine. That's the term for it. It's not like I'm making shit up. That's what it is.
Like, I like guys with beards,
Yeah.
I like muscly guys.
I mean,
and
you
again,
literally said Joseph Joestar from part 3. Like, I just can't, like,
yes.
specifically from part 3. Like, not even like part 1. Like part 3.
Part 3 specifically. Yes.
Yeah. No. You can't. Yeah. See, you can't go back. You can't. There's no other. You're not allowed to say anything else. You're fine. The DILF. It's perfect.
Did I open a new door?
Oh, sorry. Part 2, not part 1. Yeah.
Wait, what do I do? What do I do with this information now?
What do you do? No, and then you continue. Who's on your next on your
Oh, sorry.
DILF, not your DILF husbando list.
Wow. I was also gonna. Wow. Sorry. Oh, that took me. That took my breath away. Wow. I guess that's it, guys.
Learn something new about yourself every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I was saying. Oh, wow. Sorry. I love characters with red hair.
Yeah.
I literally can name like a lot from video games mostly too.
Oh.
I like the guy from Twisted. You know Twisted Wonderland by chance?
I'm familiar with Twisted Wonderland, but
yeah, this
like say who's the Disney character?
He's based off of the what's fudge from Alice in Wonderland. The
is that Tweedledee Tweedledum?
No, God, no.
The queen. Oh,
yeah,
he's pretty hot though.
He's cute.
Yeah.
There's another red hair character, but like I'm talking about like the cutie. Like he's really cute. I feel like he's really cute.
Yeah, he is hot.
Is that Husbando though? I think
because the Tweedledee and Tweedledum are also really cute in that one.
They're so cute. That's the thing. There's a lot of characters who are like Husbando ? More so like I wanted to carry them.
Yeah. Oh, okay, wait. That did remind me though. I'm gonna add to my husbando list Tamaki from Ouran High School Host Club. Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out there. I love him.
Because he's that same exact trope too, right? So
that's true. In the manga, he's so much cuter.
I love
him.
He's so good.
I love him from Ouran High School Host Club. I love Mori the best.
Oh, very stoic.
Right. I don't have a personality type per se.
It's more like an appearance type.
Appearance and character themselves, because what's a good example? You haven't watched Fullmetal Alchemist by chance?
Oh yeah. I haven't seen the original, no, but I know I'm familiar with the characters.
Yeah, the big muscly dude Armstrong by chance.
Armstrong? I can
blonde hair, really buff.
Oh, the guy with the mustache and the single hair thing?
He's hilarious. I think I love him. He's my favorite. He's my husbando for sure. Like, he's hilarious. I think that's the thing. I love funny guys. I love funny guys.
Well, that's like a character type. Like a funny guy with facial hair who's buff.
Like, if they make me laugh, I'm almost sold. Like, Reigen made me laugh. He's not muscly. He doesn't have red hair, but he makes me laugh.
Sure.
So that's why he's my husbando for sure. So I think that's my type. People, men who make me laugh.
Yeah.
And if they're old and muscly and red hair, it's even a plus.
But the facial hair, yeah, it's a plus.
Right, it's a plus. Yeah, I want my future husband to be able to carry me, like be strong.
I mean, you're very small, so I don't think that's not a high bar that you're setting, but.
Wait, that's true.
You're not setting it's not a very high bar. I'm pretty sure I could carry you, but it's fine.
That's true. Wait,
yeah.
Wow. I mean, how old are you again?
So I can, if you look really closely, you might be able to see some like those micro hairs on my face. Yeah, facial hair, right?
What am I supposed to? Oh my. Sorry, I feel a bit shy. Oh god.
Okay, to make you feel less bad though, I also prefer characters like husbando characters with blonde or pink hair.
Oh,
so if they have blonde or pink hair or something close, it's like an instant up for me.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I didn't mention that because I didn't have any really examples of that. But now that we've mentioned Tamaki, I feel like Tamaki and Caesar both have blonde hair. And then Kakyoin is not really pink. That's why I didn't mention it. He's more red.
Pinkish, like red pinkish.
Yeah, but I prefer like actual just straight pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it's the same with me. Like I love red hair characters. Like some characters have like orangey red, kind of like Lobby from VTuberEN. But like,
but you like it more. Isn't Lobby's really red though, or is this orangey?
It's like reddish orange. Like orange,
but you prefer it like more actual red.
I prefer it more actual red, but it doesn't mean like again. I won't be like, oh, you're not red enough, kill it. You know? Remove my list.
Murder.
How dare you?
No, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait, waifu then. Who's your waifu?
It's really hard to say because I know like I talk a lot about waifus and I have a lot of waifus that I like, but
Right.
I actually have more video game waifus than anime waifus. I don't know why I don't have a lot of anime waifus.
Okay.
It's like feels a little weird now that I think about it. I think maybe because like the trope of waifu characters I like tend to be a bit like older and like cute, sexy, but I feel like you don't see that too often in anime. And I also like certain like hairstyles and types as well. They're not well written in anime. I feel like a lot of female characters are just really poorly written in anime. And so especially the cute, sexy types are either just written too sexy or too cute. And I'm just like not really into that type of thing, which is why I think I like a lot of the game characters a lot more for that sort of stuff. But if I have to say anime only, I would say that Mikuru from Haruhi Suzumiya was one of my like original waifus. Yeah. And Super Sonico was a huge one for me growing up.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's that cute and sexy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Cute face. Oh, why did I look down at myself? Here. I went, oh.
Hey. Flat is justice. I also really like flat characters too, but you know. But I will say in terms of more recent anime, waifus would probably be like Rem, and a very complete opposite from Rem is Makima, obviously, that we talked about earlier.
Right.
I love Makima so much. And but like, Rem is also really cop out because like how could you not watch ReZero and not like want Rem to be your wife? Like she's just so fucking perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't really understand the whole how he was really upset with Amelia. I still don't understand it.
No, but no. He can have Amelia because Rem belongs with me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Subaru can go with Amelia any day of the week. Right. Yeah. Rem's married to me,
Right. Wait, that's so funny. I do that all the time to myself. Like, you know what? Fine, I'll have the side character that wasn't picked up.
Yeah, I'll make her way happier than Subaru could make her happy. Like, fuck him. Like,
Right, I'll cook her dinner. I'll treat her like a princess.
What's that one song? Who sings it? The like, if I was your boyfriend, but it's sung by a girl. Anyway, that's me.
Wait.
That's my song to Rem. You know what I'm talking? You know what song I'm talking about?
No, wait. I want to know. Wait, it's probably on the tip of my tongue. What
it is on the tip of my tongue too. I don't remember.
You mean Avril Lavigne? Hey.
No. It's like a more indie girl song, and it's like the girl singing to another girl saying, "If I were your boyfriend, I would like treat you right."
Newer?
Yeah, it's newer. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't remember the song, but anyway.
But it's you. It's so
that's me. That's me to Rem. But one that's a little bit more obscure that is a really big one for me is Itsuki from Pretty Cure, who is Cure Sunshine.
Okay.
And she is like one of those tomboys, like she like looks really androgynous.
Yeah.
And you can't tell if she's like a girl or a guy, and then but she really likes cute things and stuff. She like collects dolls and stuff like that.
The Moe Gap, I love it.
Yeah, and then she's also really strong. She has like black belt karate dojo master type person. So anyway, I love her a lot. Like I think she's like really super omega waifu, but in that kind of like I want her to be wearing the tuxedo while I wear the dress at the wedding. You know what I mean?
I see. You know what? I get that.
Yeah.
for waifu, I have the same opinions where like I have more video game waifus than anime. Actually, I actually agree
really?
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first waifu that came in mind was Eula from Genshin Impact.
Eula.
Yeah, she's my favorite. Like she is my waifu for sure.
Oh,
like,
she's a good one.
So cool. I think she's just cool. And like she's like what's it called? It's like she's like royalty, but she doesn't like. She's like the opposite. Like I'm going against all like my the rules say.
Right.
But at the same time, she's elegant because she did have the upbringing.
Right.
Like, it's beautiful. I like girls that have the Wolfcut hairstyle. You know, when I first listened to BNU like a long time ago, I thought you had this hairstyle. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's my waifu. Oh my god. But then I saw
my rat tail.
My rat tail. I'm gonna rip it off.
Rat tail.
You faked me out.
Fucking rat tail.
And that's you're senpai to me. You're not waifu to me.
Yeah. I think a lot of people actually forget that I have long hair and it's just tied up. I basically have like a mullet and people forget that. Yeah. I have a modern mullet and a rat tail and people forget. Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why I do not thirst over my senpais like a certain genmate of mine. Sorry, my throat. Oh gosh, but but for anime only, I would say Hinata Hyuga from Naruto.
Oh, Hinata's a good one.
Yeah, but they did her so dirty in
they did.
Boruto.
Oh, 100%. I feel like Hinata had a really great character arc too, where like in the beginning a lot of people didn't like her, like, and I totally get that.
True.
Right. Yeah, and then as time progressed, you were like, holy shit, she's like such a good character. And then they like just murdered her character again, so you know.
Right, exactly, because in Boruto, like, they made her a stay-at-home mom. This girl is a princess. This dog, she's powerful. She's
like literally one of the strongest ones there.
Exactly. Oh, it frustrates. I'm mad to this day. Like all the scenes you see her, she's in the kitchen. That's all.
Yeah.
She's only in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But the movie Naruto the Last. Have you seen it by chance?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
is that recent?
No, it isn't. I think it's like what 2016 or so. I believe. But oh my gosh, that was like the movie where it's like, oh, who's Naruto gonna end up with? And like there was like teas about it. And then when I saw it was Hinata, oh my gosh, I lost my marbles. In the whole movie, she was so girl boss.
Oh.
And like that movie really made me think, yeah, she is definitely waifu material. Yes.
No, but you know, like it's funny that now that it's been mentioned that like it's probably because girls are not well written in anime. That's like so true. And now that's like really ringing to me because I've always complained about the way that girls, especially in shonen series, are written. I feel like Naruto and Bleach really did so many girls dirty. Like
they fumbled the bag.
Absolutely. And like it sucks because there were so many cool female characters that they just were like, nope, she gets like, nothing.
Orihime, no.
Oh yeah, fuck Orihime.
No.
Cannot stand her ass.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, no.
Yeah.
So, I love her.
I know.
Yeah, I know. And Sakura, I was a big Sakura hater as a kid. I was like, I see her. You know, I hated her to death. Her.
Because she's like a horribly written character. She's just like, she has no redeeming qualities.
Right, but like, she has like so many capabilities, like you see later on in the series. Like you can't force me to like her all of a sudden now that she's helpful.
Well,
you know?
like it's funny because like in Shippuden, when I remember like she like first came out, she was so cool and I was like hype. I was like, oh, is Sakura finally gonna be useful again? And then like 2 episodes later, she was like dog shit again. I was like, all right, never mind.
Exactly.
Like, well, all right, forget it.
Yeah, again, before if I could, I'm scared of tattoos, but if I could get one, I would be like, oh, I was Sakura hater number one.
Sakura hater number one.
But you know, now that I'm older, you know, I come to terms like, okay, she was horribly written.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
No.
I shouldn't hate on her too much, just a little bit.
No. Like really, lots of those older shonen series, the females were just really, really unlikable. I feel like more recent shonen does it a lot better. For example, like we were talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. I think Nobara is an amazing character.
I love Nobara.
She's a great character. I wish she had more like limelight, you know, and I wish she got to kind of do more in general. But her as a character and her like character personality is so good. I feel like, you know what's really unfortunate? I feel like Maki would be waifu for me, but I hate the way she looks. I can't. I think it's the glasses. I don't mind glasses. I like glasses characters, but I don't like the thick rimmed like red glasses. Like, nah, man.
Okay, wait, are you caught up with the manga? I don't remember.
I'm not caught up with the manga, no.
Okay, give her a chance. That's all I'm gonna say. Give her a chance.
Like when I see the old, like in the movie, like her old, cause she had like different hairstyle too, right? Like
she had like if I recall, like bangs and everything.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, she was so cute. Why did they give her old hairstyle back? I don't like her ponytail. Give it back. I like her. I think her sister is a lot hotter.
You know what? Read the manga for sure.
Okay.
No, honestly, because it gives so much more character growth to both Nobara and Maki, actually.
Yeah, I feel like they were really good characters, though. Like, well-written characters, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What's the anime where another girl, I hate how they were written. It was, sorry, it's on the tip of my tongue. I dropped it, whatever.
Oh, no.
I guess.
I think one that... So this is a little bit of like spoilers for the next question that we're gonna have, but like Code Geass, I feel like I fucking love Code Geass so much, but all of the girls in that series were like so useless. Yeah. Like I really wanted to like Cece because she's like aesthetically my perfect waifu.
Right, and it's just iconic.
Yeah, but like I don't like the whole like sleepy trope either. And I feel like she didn't really do much the entire time. She was just kind of there. I thought Cullen was so cool. Like I wanted to be Cullen so bad. And I loved Cullen so much. But I feel like a lot of it ended up with Cullen just being like weirdly like I think it would have been cool if they just made her angsty, but instead of just making her angsty, they made her like somewhat like romantic.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Like,
yeah.
Just it felt like it took away from her character and like what she was like fighting for and stuff.
Right. And I hate when they do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Give my girl a motivation and give my girl a reason to do things. Don't just take it away from her like it was something tiny.
Right.
Right. Right. That was a lot of characters actually.
Yeah. Was not a huge fan of that, but I I love Code Geass as a series though, so that's a whole different story.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Soul Eater though, going back to earlier also.
Ooh.
Soul Eater had a lot of good female characters for sure.
100%. Even the main character, like Maka.
Maka is so good.
I want to cosplay her one day. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you should.
Right? Oh,
yeah.
So will you be the
so
soul
cute.
to my Maka?
Does it have to be soul?
Yeah.
Soul. You know, I really wanted to cosplay Blair in Soul Eater.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I always wanted to cosplay her. She's so cute. I always thought she was such a cute character.
That would fit you so well, though. Oh my gosh. Wait.
I love Blair. Yeah. Soul Eater cosplay group when?
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Also going back to Genshin. Who is your Genshin husbando?
Diluc.
Oh, that's right, red hair. What about what's the muscly guy? What's his name? He also has red hair, doesn't he? Oh, Ito. Oh, it's more orange,
streaks.
Isn't it?
He has streaks. He's mostly white. But Ito and Diluc are my, oh my gosh. If they combine like a fusion, bro, it's over. I would spend all my time just making fan art of them. Oh my, but I love Ito. Oh my gosh. Ito. He's the first Genshin character to actually have like a different build. Like muscly, big and broad. And oh my, and he's goofy. You know how I feel about goofy characters.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, Ito probably, if I can remember his name. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yes. Oh my god, Ito, Zooey mama. Yes.
My Genshin waifu, ironically, is Kokomi. I love Kokomi so so much.
Oh, she's so pretty.
So much.
It.
Yeah.
She's. Oh, you explain. You explain.
No. I think she's like that perfect, like not sexy, but like cute in like in a very mature way, I would say.
Right.
Yeah, but like it still has that cuteness and sweetness to it. And I'm like a big sucker for gradient hair, and I'm also a big sucker for pink hair. I'm also a sucker for water themes, so it was just like,
yeah, I was gonna ask you like fish. I see.
Yeah. So it was a lot of overlap on that aspect. So I was like, I'm fucking here for it, Kokomi.
Oh my god!
But I also really like the design for Yaemiko, but I don't know. I think it's like the super Japanesey shrine maiden stuff that I'm like not really into.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of examples of who I adore, but I don't really think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
like
what do you call it? Yaemiko, I don't like her voice. I know that's weird.
Is it how does it sound to you? Like grating? Like is it like
I guess it's just like not the type of voice that I really like personally.
Okay. Is it like overly like trying to be soothing but not soothing? Like
maybe that's what it is.
I wonder.
Yeah, I wondered too. I'm really a big fan of her in Third Impact though. The Yae Sakura or whatever it was. Like I was a huge fan. But I don't really like bunny ears that much, but I still liked her a lot.
Okay. You know that's a pretty legitimate answer. I don't think I'm a big fan of Yaemiko either, but like or Raiden Shogun either actually. Like they're amazing characters, but I don't think they're waifu for me.
I think like Raiden Shogun is definitely not my type of waifu, like aesthetically. I see why everyone goes like bazongas for her, but like she pissed me off in the story, so I was like, you know what?
I think so too. I think that's why.
And I like, you know, they try to redeem her, but it feels like so forced. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like a good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, okay, everybody forgives me. Hello. Like no.
Yeah. Yeah, like you mean like people died and had like suffered from memory loss and lost their jobs
for
years, for like centuries, and you're just gonna be like, oh, oopsie, like
right? Like just one character comes out of nowhere and be like, it's okay, and you're like, oh, okay, it's okay, all right.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Anything. You did nothing to make. She's just walking around. She's just walking around. Inazuma, like okay.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, we love her now. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I like it kind of sucks because I feel like Raiden as a villain was really great.
Right.
I like the story. Like I think the concept of story is good and it's really interesting, but I think it's just the way that they redeemed her.
The fact that they just trying to like throw her into like the main line, like, okay guys, now she's part of your party and now she's like, great. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Okay, we're divulging into games. We're like, oh, we want to talk about games. We're divulging into games here. Okay, well, we'll get back on track.
Edit that out.
Last, cut that out.
We're just gonna be us.
Our bonus question though. Our bonus question is, what anime had the biggest impact on your life?
Would you like to start this one?
Well, mine I already mentioned. It's basically Code Geass, I would say, is the anime, if I had to pick one, that actually, like, I think changed my life in a lot of ways because I feel like the story was just so amazing. I think it was also the first anime that I was like, I consumed as like a mech-ish anime. Like I knew it was mech and I had like a whole thing and I fucking loved what are they called? Like the Lancelot frames or whatever they are. Like I just like love the designs. I loved everything about it. It was like the first time I was kind of getting into like the whole like production of like anime and stuff too and understanding it. And I really enjoyed all of those things to it. And I just felt like the story writing was just incredible. And I felt like my mind was constantly blown and I was like on the edge of my seat every week. And that was really the anime that I was like, I fucking love anime so much, you know? Like I liked anime up until then, but that was like the one that I was like, oh my God, like this is it, you know?
Anime for life, right?
yeah, basically.
Right. Oh,
but you?
Yeah. It's always a good feeling when it's like you're on the edge of your seat. Like, you know, you feel pumped and you feel like excited and you're actually consuming the anime, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So cool. Yeah, for me, of course, I guess it's kind of a no-brainer how JoJo Bizarre Adventure, being my favorite anime, but how it changed and impacted me, I feel like it was really impactful. So, I feel like I love shonen, I love adventures, I love battling, I love muscles, all of that. But with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what it like really like taught me was like there's like friendship. Friendship. I'm not trying to be like what's it called, sappy, but like
Yeah.
I feel like friendship should be treasured like more than you think. It's like something you need to treasure more. Friendship and family. And I think following the Joestars on their adventures, it really made me like feel more like, oh, I really need to treasure the people around me. I need to, really look at things differently. And the writing is beautiful. The plot twist, the animation, it made me feel like I could be as creative as
Araki Sensei.
Araki Sensei, right? Like there's so much creativity in his work.
Yeah,
that it
for
made
sure.
me feel very inspired. Like made me want to draw, made me want to create stories,
Yeah.
And like I'm a big like content creator. Like, I want to like create stuff all the time.
Right.
And so I think JoJo just really motivated me to do more. And yeah, I think it was really impactful in that way.
Do you have a favorite part in JoJo?
3. Part 3. Sorry, part 3.
Is that because of old man Joseph or
No, that's definitely not it. No,
okay.
No. Yeah, part 3 is definitely more. Listen. Part 3 was my favorite part, mostly because of the bro friendship was so intense. Like, when people say, "Oh, me and the bros," that's what I think. Part 3,
Me and the bros.
Yeah, that's what I think. It was part 3 immediately, or part 5 sometimes, but mostly part 3. Yeah.
I would say that part 3 is probably one of my favorites too. I mean, I think it just has like the best kind of overarching story arc.
Right.
And it's like a little bit more straightforward, but not so straightforward like part 2. Like part 2 is like very straightforward, but then like
Right.
like it can be too straightforward, but part 3 has like a good blend, because when you start getting to like part 4 and 5, sometimes it gets a little abstract and you're just kind of like, okay, what the fuck is happening? In a good way, but I think that's kind of why I like part 3 the most as well.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so glad you watched JoJo, because if you didn't, I probably would just the whole stream. Leah, you need to watch JoJo right now, because
I actually haven't seen the most recent parts animated. I really want to, though.
Okay.
I should do that, because I was like a fan of JoJo when they were first airing, like the first season, so part 1 and 2. And I got so into part 1 and 2 from the anime that I went back and read everything. So at that point, it was like up to part 5 or maybe beginning of part 6 or so. Okay. So I was like reading everything, and this was back. They didn't have like good English translations, and JoJo wasn't like a big series at the time. So this was back when we had like really, 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 really janky translations. Like,
oh my gosh. The Duong.
The Duong translation. It was so bad. It was so bad. So you couldn't understand half of what the hell was going on.
Right.
And you would just be like, you just have to context clues. You just have to look at the fucking page and try to sort out what is happening just by looking at it, because there's just no way to understand what they're saying. Good times.
Oh god, but it created a tighter community in the sense like,
for sure.
Goofy, but yeah.
Yeah, no, really definitely.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Were you like ever in like, speaking of like communities, were you ever in any sort of like anime communities growing up at all?
I don't know why you want to cancel me on stream,
what?
Girl.
Why? What happened?
Why are you trying to cancel me?
I'm not trying to cancel you.
The thing is that because of anime being really hard to come by in the beginning, I was really obsessed whenever I liked an anime. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I really like this. Okay, done. Next one. I was like, like crazy. Yeah. So if I've been in fandoms, I've been in multiple fandoms. Yes.
But
oh my goodness.
I think we are, hitting our upper time limit. Don't worry. I know it's sad that it's over, but this is going to be every other week. So
No way! You mean every other week we get
every
to talk?
other week.
Whoa!
About anime.
That's my favorite thing.
Never-ending discussions and rambling. I think, if you guys have particular topics that you guys would like for us to talk about in the future, please put them in the comments below. And it's a lot of hot takes. Again, I hope nobody was offended. And if you were, get off the internet, I guess.
Mob psycho. I will not let that go, dog.
Friendships were broken and then mended again in one episode.
Thank you so much for listening to Leora's cringe takes. Yeah.
Excuse you. but whether you're listening live right now, whether you're listening in the edited version later, hello to people in the future.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for all the support, and be sure to, I don't say this often, but if you did like the podcast, specifically for the podcast, we'd really appreciate if you could give the video a thumbs up. If you could tell your friends who also like anime about the podcast. The better the podcast does, the more we can do it. So we'd really appreciate you kind of, getting the word out if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much.
Right. If you have any fan art, any clips, any of that regards to our podcast, go ahead and hashtag 2weebsinapod.
Yeah, please.
Great, right?
Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
I love muscles.
I love maidens.
Goodbye.